starting. And there we are.
Welcome to Two Nerds and an Actor, the entertainment podcast for the nerd adjacent to the nerd aficionado, where we give you bi-weekly reviews of popular TV and movies, where we tell you in hilarious fashion what to watch and why. This is season 5, episode 2. Hey everyone! So excited to be here. I am here with my nerdy cuts.
Oh.
Mike Santana.
I'm Slim Fady. You see, I went with a nerdy cut.
Oh, I get it.
So Slim Fady.
Okay. And France Jerome.
Lock. Just
Good,
lock.
that's good.
Lock.
Rock
That's
Lock.
good.
Rock.
Hey,
That's his name.
Rock
Thank you.
Lock.
And I'm your second director, Aisha Jordan.
Okay.
So it's going to be a good show. I don't know if you can tell from that little beginning, we're going to be talking about the Snyder Cut, because we didn't get to talk about it before. So why not keep it going forever, because that's how long it's been.
Yeah.
Forever.
And for
Snyder
anybody who feels like we're late to the party on it, I mean, it took like, how long to make?
It was like 2 years.
All
Not
right,
even,
so
like
we're
4 years.
giving you the 2 nerd cut on the Snyder Cut, and that's what this is.
Exactly. Okay, remember Gun Watch? That's like still happening.
Technically, until the Suicide Squad is out.
No, that's not the bar.
Until Guardians 3.
Until Guardians 4, starring Dave Bautista, despite what he's saying.
Well, we're going to be talking about Snyder Cut. We're also going to be talking about the new show that came out on Netflix, Jupiter's Legacy. We got some Nerdy Leaks news coming for you. So it's going to be a really good show and some trailers, stuff like that. For anyone who is actually watching us live, thank you for being here. We love you very much. We're going to try to do this bi-weekly, so keep coming, keep watching us. It is streaming on our YouTube, our Facebook, and yes, it is on our Twitch.
Yeah.
We did it.
And you know, you can leave comments. We'll get to them mostly at the end. We have not we're not doing like rapid fire with you guys, but feel free to put your questions, comments in the chat, and you know, we will get to them towards the end. We will shout people out for tuning in and all that nice stuff.
Facts. And in between, if we have time, we'll get some of your questions too during our
Sure.
break, stuff like that. So don't think we're ignoring you.
Yeah.
We know you're there.
If you're watching us on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitch, let us know in the chat where you're at. You know, we also need to make sure that you can see us.
Legit. Facts. All right. Let's just get into it then.
Or should I check that they can see us, or just trust it?
If you can't see us, put something in the
I
chat.
don't know.
Yeah, if you can't see us, tell us.
Yeah, say something. Be like, yo, we definitely can't see anything.
All right.
And we'll fix it. All right. So first, it's kind of sad news. Kind of. Extremely sad news.
Devastating.
We've lost one of the greatest comedians, I would have to say, of all time.
Yep.
You know, people who inspire someone like Chappelle.
Yes.
Of all
In
time.
the history of Western comedy.
100%.
Yes.
Yes, Paul Mooney passed away. What was it, today?
No.
No, it was yesterday.
Yesterday.
Well, it was
Technically,
reported
it was
yesterday.
reported yesterday, yeah.
But it was sort of a MF Doom situation where he passed away much earlier than it was reported. Not as dramatically earlier,
Right.
but I think it was on the 6th. I think
Oh,
May
okay.
6th is when Paul Mooney passed, but it was reported yesterday for people to know.
Do we know how he
I
passed?
think it was a heart attack.
Oh
I think it was a
my
heart
God.
related issue. No.
I mean, the man made it to his upper 70s.
He was
That's
79.
true.
Yeah, he was 79 years old.
Wow.
Paul Mooney, you know, for people that don't know, this dude wrote with Richard Pryor. That credential alone is like
Right.
puts him in comedic royalty. Puts him up there alone because he was a
Facts.
longtime friend, partner, and collaborator with the great Richard Pryor.
Facts.
But then he went on to do so many other things. Most people probably just know him from his numerous skits on Chappelle.
Yeah.
You know, and
Negro Damas.
Negro Damas.
The last nigga on earth.
Yes,
Starring Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks.
But
Not
yeah,
Tom Cruise.
No.
Tom Hanks.
he also
Tom
played a
Hanks.
huge part in one of my favorite movies, behind the scenes as a writer for Blazing Saddles.
Saddles.
Sorry, you caught that in 4K.
But yeah, so holds a special place in my heart. I was like, but
Isn't that like one of your favorite movies ever?
it is one of my favorite movies ever, and it's really dope to see that he worked on the Richard Pryor show when that was a thing, and that was groundbreaking in that way, and then on to Chappelle show, Generations, blah blah blah.
Yeah. For me, I mean, just the fact that he inspired one of my favorite comedians, Chappelle, is like, okay, obviously you're the GOAT, and then we have the people who were inspired by you. But I always, and I will never forget the time that I met Paul Mooney. Like, we didn't get to talk to Paul Mooney, but we were on 42nd Street, and literally he just like, not bumped into us, but you know, like you walk on 42nd Street, like not close to people, walks right by us, and we're like, oh my God, that was Paul Mooney. But I was like, no way, because he was dressed, I kid you not, like a bum. Like, I thought he was a homeless man.
Now, when you say dressed like a bum, like a homeless man, we talking like rich bum, Yeezy looking fashion?
No, I mean like he was wearing clothes that were like baggy and a little dirty, and I was like, who is that?
In retrospect, it may have been like derelict. You know, it may have been.
Oh, maybe, right? It was a style
been.
I don't know.
It was like he's wearing patchwork.
Yeah.
But it was patchwork that was ripping.
Like patchwork,
so
like jeans too. And then he wears this like weird, like if you see an image of him, he's worn this outfit before in other places.
Yeah.
And I've been like, yeah, that's what he looked like when I saw him on 42nd Street.
I feel like when he walks off a show, he's like, I don't want anybody to know me. Yeah.
Right. Because then you do a double take. You're like, is that really him?
Okay.
It's a smart move, I guess.
All right.
But either way,
we
lost a great.
We lost a great. We lost a legend. This guy's comedy made people uncomfortable and comfortable, depending on what side of the fence you stood on certain, important social issues.
It's so true.
But it's funny, all the comedians that have stories with him, they're very similar to yours. It's just that they stood with him for a while and had like what seemed like a normal conversation that they end up remembering for the rest of their lives.
I know, I'll never forget. Then I was like, one day I'll like actually talk to him. Sadly, in my dreams.
But rip in peace, Paul Mooney, and I wonder if Dave Chappelle on his new podcast.
Oh yeah, he has a new podcast.
We'll probably talk about him a bit. Not
yeah,
sure.
They're gonna do a tribute to him at the Laugh Factory, so maybe they'll televise that. That's gonna be a hoot.
Yeah,
I specifically said a hoot.
You did.
Just want to be clear.
You did. You're on the record. You said hoot. Hoot and holler.
All right, so this next piece of news is DC related. You don't always get DC news, you know.
A lot of DC news these last couple days.
There was a lot of DC news. First off, they're starting an animated, no, not animated. Is it animated? Yeah, Cartoon Network, like Batman.
Oh yes,
series.
Cape Crusader.
Yeah.
Cape Crusader.
That's what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
Is it supposed to be? Is it going to be like Teen Titans Go? Is the question.
No.
Good.
Not in the fucking slightest.
Thank you.
Because of the names attached to it. I mean, out of the three names that I heard, J.J. Abrams was the only one.
J.J. Abrams is connected to a Cartoon Network.
Well, it's also on HBO Max.
Right.
Yeah.
And
that's
Cartoon
right,
Network
right,
has a
right.
late hour program. I mean, they show Rick and Morty.
Oh, that's true.
So,
Rick and Morty.
Right, that's Adult Swim.
you know what I mean?
It's really
But
Adult
we
Swim.
got Bruce Timm, who,
Yep.
I mean, that name should ring a bell from the original Batman animated series. Him and Paul Dini, but Paul Dini's not a part of this as far as I know.
Oh.
And then also Matt Reeves.
Woo.
Oh.
And Matt Reeves is the director of the Batman movie.
Uh-huh.
So, I mean, we haven't seen Matt Reeves' work yet, although what has been shown so far shows a perhaps more gritty, dark Knight.
In a cartoon?
Christian says dope setup. Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah.
The Batman, yes. So, so yeah, they're teaming up to put together an anime series. Now, is it going to be Teen Titans Go with those three names attached to it? I do not think so.
Oh, no.
If it's not, like you were saying, on HBO Max, like, they're not going to waste their time to put up a Teen Titans Go Batman.
What they reference that they're reimagining the mythology, which I usually cringe at. But the artwork is from the original the Batman. Like from the 1940s, 50s, with the super long ears.
That's the
Really?
That's the
the
murdering.
Thomas Wayne.
That's the
I'ma kill you,
killing Batman.
Wait, so not like Adam West.
No.
They even going further than that into the mythology. So
This is the Batman from the comics when he's like jumping off fire escapes and murdering people.
Murdering. Oh, so Ben Affleck.
Yeah, but I don't think they'll ever go that far. I don't think they'll ever go.
He's not going to be branding people.
They won't get gratuitous with it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I don't think they get because the Ben Affleck murdering was gratuitous.
So like rated R
That
cartoon.
that was high score. Let me see how many y'all.
So they're gonna go with the 1940s. So what did you do with the body? They'll be like,
What?
I'll tell you what I did, Ferd.
Tommy guns.
I'll take off the
They
chopper.
better have a Tommy gun. What's his name?
I'll take out the topper. See,
the chopper.
What's his name with the Tommy gun?
that's the title
puppet.
of the episode.
Oh, the ventriloquist dummy.
Oh, yo, I
dummy.
love him. I want
He has
Scarface.
to
Did
have.
Scarface.
Did this do a thing? I
did a
don't know.
thing.
I'm sorry about that sound, but get used to that. We're gonna have sound effects
Yeah.
eventually as part of
Like
On
chewing.
purpose.
No, not like chewing. I meant like such and so
I'm not gonna chew gum.
has donated.
that.
You know, like shit
Oh,
like that.
that would be fun. Okay, so the next piece of news is that there's going to be an Injustice movie as well.
Animated.
Animated. Got it. Wouldn't that be cool, though, if it was live action? Like Mortal Kombat, but like Injustice. No? No?
I'm gonna go ahead and say no because if we're gonna get to the Snyder Cut, we will get to that. But I'm gonna say no.
Animated Snyder Cut.
I'm just gonna say no. I'm gonna say just the strongest division right now for WB is perhaps their animated division,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm talking when it comes to DC stuff. So give a great beloved story by fans to that division, and hopefully they can do it. No pun intended. Justice.
Right.
Eh.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
But anything else?
So this is animated. Is this also HBO Max and Cartoon Network?
No. Injustice is not on Cartoon Network.
No.
Can you
Yeah.
imagine?
But this could definitely be HBO Max material if that's not already in the cards. It's very dark storyline. I was like,
Yeah.
Is
really,
it
really
the
dark.
game or is it a comic?
it was the game first, but at the
Okay.
time, like NetherRealm Studios, who does Mortal Kombat, the game, was still at the back end of their license with Warner Brothers to use their stuff, and then it was like, let's just switch the Mortal Kombat engine to superheroes.
Yeah.
But then they had this dope ass story that was already kind of it's been teased at in comics already. Then they just came out with a straight up comic book that goes with it to tie in.
Yeah, to
and
fill in
continue
the
the
lore.
story.
Right.
Yeah.
You need to sell toys. Got it.
You need to sell toys.
Well,
Deadass.
or games. You know, they need to sell this game. So, but yeah, it's sold many copies, both 1 and 2 of Injustice, and the comics sold pretty well. This makes sense. Like
Right.
doing this makes so much fucking sense. I kind of wish they did it, but whatever.
Everyone seems very excited about it.
Mm-hmm.
So, do we know anything else about it yet, or is it just like, hey, this is happening, y'all?
No, the most we got was here's the thing.
Cool.
Is a title screen, but the title screen is the same one from the game. So
Well, it'll be fun for me because I've only watched pieces of the game, so watching a whole thing of it will be fun.
Yeah, them putting the narrative together with their animation team could tell a pretty cool story.
that is animated as mwah,
Yeah.
chef's kiss. That's everything.
Killing people.
They better bring back Andrea Romano. Anyway,
Okay. All right. So our last piece of news is about the Golden Globes. Funny enough, I don't know everything about what's going on. I mean, I know, but I don't know what the deal is with canceling. So anyone who doesn't know, the Golden Globes have been like, we're not even going to do the Golden Globes next year because everybody keeps saying we're racist. So they're not going to do it, which, I mean, I feel like there's good things and bad things about it. Because it's like, yeah, they didn't have a black person on their entire, board for, what, like more than 20 years?
Wasn't it the Hollywood Foreign Press?
It's the Hollywood Foreign Press. They do the Golden Globes. So the Hollywood Foreign Press is also extremely, international. So there's people from all, countries and like around the world.
Mm-hmm.
So in all of that, right, around the world, representatives from around the world, there's not even one black person. Nobody from the entire continent of Africa
Black
is
people
present
don't exist. Aisha. How can they be where they aren't?
It's ridiculous. So they were like, no, we're taking steps. And I don't know if anyone watched the Golden Globes this year. Every minute they kept being like, I know, I'm the only one who watched the Golden Globes.
And
this
you're
year.
the only one that watched the fucking Oscars. Nobody watched
I
that
also
either
watched
this
the
year.
Oscars. I did. The Golden Globes were actually more interesting than the Oscars.
They often are, though.
Yeah, they usually have more fun stuff, but
They're drunker there. They
Yeah.
encourage drinking. That's why.
it's less prestige.
yeah, they can eat
Yeah,
and
so
drink.
they could let their hair out.
But I don't
Now.
know. I wanted more. The Emmys was the best one to watch. I'll be honest. I had a blast watching the Emmys. Everyone's with their families and they win. It's like, their families are coming in. It's so cute. Anyway, so the point is, everyone's been like coming at them. So on the show, they were like, "Oh, we're doing things. You know, we're gonna start sourcing new members and this and that." And they just kept talking about it over and over again. And everyone was like, "Oh my God, shut up! You did terrible. Just that's it."
You did terrible.
Just sit with that.
But I mean, with the Golden Globes, them canceling it, you know, there were actors that were sending in.
Oh my God.
Oh! It's surround sound.
Just a sound check. A stream check. Viability. Logistical. Yeah, we had actors like Tom Cruise, not the last on Earth, the other guy.
Yeah.
The Last Samurai.
The Last Samurai.
He sent in all his Golden Globes.
Yeah, he returned them.
How that process? I don't know. How do you
They
do
were
that
like, dude.
in a pandemic?
First of all, doesn't mean you didn't win. I mean, great gesture, but
It is a great gesture. You're like,
still.
he didn't pee on him like Kanye did to his Grammy.
Oh, is that what Kanye did?
Yeah.
He like physically peed on his Grammy.
I'm always amazed when you don't know something about
Why would
Kanye,
I-
considering how much Kardashian.
Yo, he's
news you
never
ingest.
on that show.
Those worlds don't overlap.
No, I know.
He like
I know.
refuses to be on the show. So I
No,
like,
I know. And
you
now
think I would see
he's
him,
not
but
gonna
I
be on it
don't.
anyway.
But with Tom Cruise giving those back, what that does do is it creates this wild dynamic where it's like,
You can give them back? No.
well, yes, but those are the platforms that give so many up and coming actors. That's the jump, like to getting an award.
The Golden Globes.
Any of them, you have to be Golden Globe Award winner, Golden Globe nominated, Academy Award.
Well,
winner,
okay,
all
let
of
me
those.
stop you right there.
It's nice.
That's not an up and coming actor. You're getting a Golden Globe and Oscar. You've been acting for quite a long fucking time. You're just now able to charge a shit ton more of money for your time.
Well, whatever, folks.
You're talking about,
If
like,
you hadn't won
Lupita.
one yet, whether you're new or old, when you do get one,
Yes.
It's a huge, it's a,
Right.
It's a big
It
deal.
gives you a
Yes.
larger platform.
Absolutely.
I was going to use Lupita as an example. It was like she did.
Super rare. That never happens.
Agreed,
But-
it can.
Yeah, I
Well,
guess.
it could.
and when it
Right.
did,
It meant
Yeah.
something.
Yeah,
I was
it
like,
did.
but
Huge.
you know,
Facts.
does this delegitimize the platform a little bit? Does it bring it down a notch? Will
does.
it be in something that impedes?
oh,
I think the pandemic alone did that, where you're like, oh my God, these supposed to be these big accolades, and now you're like, whoa, what are we doing? How do we say who's doing a great job? We have to look at all Amazon. We have to look at all Netflix. Whereas before it was like, what the fuck ever streaming, which was like slowly becoming more, but it's like, the whole thing is turned upside down.
I'm not gonna make Tom Cruise out to be a fucking panther or anything, but I think that a gesture like this, when Hollywood has done a lot of talking about diversity,
Right.
and we've seen casting for it, but there's more that has to go into that, and I think that his gesture, he knew was gonna bring a lot of attention.
Right.
I don't think he was thinking about what it could mean for the career of somebody else.
No,
Yeah.
I think
Scientology.
I think, well, maybe. I think maybe selfishly it was to add legitimacy to such a thing by holding them to the standard that they supposedly are setting out for themselves, which is to be diverse and more representative of the world.
Yeah.
And especially of, the talent that is non-white.
Yeah.
And so I think that's why I did it. I don't
No,
know.
I think it's true. And I believe
hope.
it will work because, one, who knew you could return those? But the biggest thing that also, made the Hollywood Foreign Press say, like, okay, we're not going to do it, NBC said they refused to air them for
Right.
2022. Yeah, 2022. They were like, it's not going to be on NBC. So then I think they were like, oh, shit, people are, like, actually doing things, like protesting.
Right. I mean,
So-
we have no platform now.
Yeah. They were
So-
like, guess we're going to regroup, which is still kind of interesting. It's like, all right.
Yeah, a lot of things. they
No
need to
one's getting a Golden Globe this time around.
Meh.
I know. Oh no.
do. Yeah, diversify your fucking committee there.
Facts. All right. So before we move on to our next section, I want to do some shout outs. As you might be able to see, those who are looking at us or even hearing us, because you might be like, wow, you guys sound like butter, like chocolate, like smooth. We got new microphones. And honestly, 2 of them came out of our pocket, and it was quite a big chunk of change. So if you want to donate to us so that I can use that to buy myself groceries now that I used my grocery money on a microphone,
Oh my God.
we
These
greatly
are edible.
appreciate it. This is going to feed me for a week.
Wow.
But Thankfully, we do have some amazing donors out there who provided this third microphone.
This one
so
right
that
here.
we can all sound chocolatey. I want to give a shout out to Simone, who's been donating to us monthly for like a year now.
Thank you.
Going strong. If it weren't for you, literally this sound wouldn't exist.
Animation.
And the same goes for Kat Ramos. I know we always shout out Kat Ramos, but for real, Kat Ramos has been donating to us monthly since February. And I just want to give a big...
Animation.
I'm giving like an actual heart. You can see us now. So
Anime heart.
this is our love to you for donating. And Greg Maldonado. I don't know Greg.
I know Greg. Greg is a great comic artist. He's family. He's related to Chris. You know Chris.
Oh.
Did those husby. Yeah, he's donated to us in the past, and he's been working on a indie comic, Shaolin Nun.
Oh, cool.
Which I supported on Kickstarter. I'm looking forward to my first 2 issues of that. And appreciate him showing love and support to the podcast. Thank you, Greg.
Yeah, support your independent artists. What? Shaolin Nun.
Shaolin Nun.
Shaolin Nun. Oh,
Yeah.
wow, that's a tongue twister.
Shaolin Nun.
Shaolin Nun. Yeah.
I love it. I do. You know how there was Warrior Nun? That was pretty good.
Yeah. The Shaolin, though. When the
I'm
Shaolin.
saying, I said it was
One of
pretty
them.
good.
No, one of them.
But if you want to support us as well, you can also donate to us at fundraising.fractionalize.org/2 nerds and an actor. You can donate one time, you can donate monthly, whichever floats your boat and works for you and your finances. We appreciate you no matter how little or large the donation is. And then the best way you can do it is share, like, subscribe, comment, write a review if you're a blogger. Make sure you do that. Let us know.
Yes.
Or become a sponsor. If you have a business that you run and you're like, hey, I want everyone who listens to Two Nerds to know about it, contact us. We can work on an arrangement, and then we're able to, again, pay for equipment, pay for our time, pay for our sound editor, Daryl, who has been holding us down for about a year now. And
Yeah.
all those things cost money, actually, like, most of them monthly. So we have a pretty hefty bill on our own shoulders. That
We do this out of love, but we can't
do.
pay for these things with love. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Only you can do that.
Like, love don't cost a thing, but it also doesn't pay the bills.
Oof.
Oh.
That's too excellent.
You can't
I'm over
try to undo decades of like songs with that kind of logic.
J-Lo gets it.
it. I was like, does J-Lo?
J-Lo gets whatever the fuck she wants.
pay bills
She
with
makes you back
love.
with Ben Affleck.
I know,
She gets whatever the
everyone
fuck
keeps
she
saying
wants.
that.
She didn't-
Everyone keeps saying
She
it.
did not. She did
does
not
get
just
other
get
shit.
back Ben Affleck. She got post rehab, getting his life back together. Affleck.
Are they really
On
together?
Tinder.
Is that a thing?
She got post Snyder Cut Affleck back.
CrossFit Batman, say less.
CrossFit Batman.
Exact. So she did not get Daredevil back. Okay.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Amen.
Who wanted that back? Nobody.
No. Damn.
Nobody.
Shout out to Jennifer Garner.
Yeah, no, she's great. I like Jennifer Garner.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not even gonna flame you for this one. Go ahead.
All right, let's get into our no spoilers reviews. We will, again, as a reminder, be, I guess, no spoiler reviewing Snyder Cut. If you haven't watched the Snyder Cut by now, I don't even, like,
If
is
you-
it even spoilers?
Yeah. I mean, it's a fucking 4-hour
It is
movie.
different.
It's a lot there to spoil.
Right,
'cause
okay.
They added so much.
All right, so we're going to do no spoilers of that. And then we're also doing no spoilers of Jupiter's Legacy. So if you haven't watched either of those, keep listening. If you have watched them, also keep listening. And then we'll do our spoilers review later on. I just want to do a quick thank you to everyone who has been joining us in the live.
Thank you.
What's up? See y'all out there.
We see your comments.
Share the link. We're gonna be here for a little bit.
Yes. Share the link. We do have a cool setup. People have been talking about it. This is our logo. Ooh, Chairs Creek.
Yeah. You know who's who there?
We're in order. Except my hair is different.
Oh, we're like totally not in order.
Oh, we're not in order. I'm in order.
You're the only one in order.
You're right. Just kidding. Switch those. Boop. Anyways, let's get into it. All right. So I have a specific question for the Snyder Cut because I had specific things. What changes made it stronger? And then what? That was great. Like, oh. What things made it stronger? And then what things should have stayed on the cutting room floor?
Jesus Christ! How long is this episode?
This is no spoilers.
And this is no spoilers, and there's a 4-hour fucking movie.
We gotta undo
You can be vague.
All the wires are blue.
You gotta keep throwing.
Okay. I'm gonna go first because then I'll show you what I mean. Okay.
Teach.
So the things that made it stronger was everything.
What the fuck?
Starting from he had to start basically from scratch and make this movie again. Like, let's be honest. I mean, there was a blueprint, but I think the effects were better. There were a lot better effects in terms of what's his name? Steppenwolf? Is that his name?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then the story tied in so much, but there were things that they left out that made the whole timeline not make sense. So the way it was edited and things like that, you would be from one scene to the next and have no idea what's going on. They completely fixed that. Mm-hmm. And I knew what I was watching. I knew what was going on. But the things that should have stayed on the cutting room floor was that some scenes just drawn on way too long. They were it was almost like, we're not going to cut this whole conversation just because, hey, we can do whatever we want, so ignore it if you want. Because it just, that's why it made it 4 hours. I was like, it didn't need to be 4 hours.
I'm going to agree with you. The 4-hour version of this movie felt like a movie. It was way more cohesive. It did a great job of world building for itself, for its own sake. Mm-hmm. Yes, the special effects were better, and it was a more even screen time for the members of this prestigious hero group that everybody knows on the planet, the Justice League. Besides the gratuitous slow motion, though.
Oh my god!
Because there are a ton of. I think every time someone likes the stream, that's when that.
Ooh, you know what? Leave that in then.
It feels good.
Oh, look, it showed up too.
And
it was
showed
blah,
up.
blah,
We're new to the streaming shit, okay? So.
Oh my god!
If you're rolling your eyes that are inexperienced.
They're how old are they?
Just that one's for you. Okay, I'm kidding. But no, it felt more cohesive. But besides the gratuitous slow motion stuff, I'm very hard pressed to find maybe 1 or 2 little moments, which I can't talk about because it's not a spoiler, that they could have cut. But ultimately, you're still gonna get a movie that's over 3.5 hours long.
I mean, yeah, that's very.
And it felt necessary because everything that they crammed in there. This you could tell it was. Right. This is what we should have got from fucking Jump.
What we got before was crap. So.
I mean, Mike pretty much nailed down the majority of things. So I'll just follow up. But they added characters. Yeah. They added characters.
More fleshed out characters.
God.
Yeah.
And those characters definitely made the characters made it all stick. Even with if they got rid of the gratuitous slow mo. In 1 or 2 scenes, the characters themselves made that was it. Once they added the characters, everything just kind of clicked.
Agreed. Wait, what should be left on the cutting room floor? No spoilers.
Cutting room floor. No spoilers. What could have got left out? It's really just scenes. Scenes that I can't name.
Or parts of scenes.
Parts of scenes where people are pretending to be people.
I'm thinking there's
acting.
See, I'll add on something to what friends said real quick because it's related. They fleshed the characters out more and they gave you characters, and all the characters were more likable.
Yeah.
In the Snyder Cut version than in the Justice League version, because some people don't like the guitar.
Oh my god.
They don't like those fucking moments from Aquaman
the worst.
that feel forced and cheesy or whatever.
That was the worst in Aquaman.
Right. So this movie does a lot to, and they don't like the quirkiness of Flash in the Justice League movie played by
Ezra Miller.
Ezra Miller. I know that guy's name.
Right. He was he's one of the guys in
Harry Potter.
Fantastic Beasts.
Incredible. Invincible.
Oh, yeah.
He was the mad scientist. We pointed that out last episode.
Oh, right, yeah.
But anyway, so his personality was a little grating in the first Justice League. People thought he was way too much of a joke character. He gets fleshed out more, and he's more likable. All of them are more likable. And they might have toned down a little bit maybe on Wonder Woman, but she was already, at least on screen. I'm not going to get into the politics. she was already likable for the most part pre Wonder Woman 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Agreed.
this movie did a way better job of just giving you characters that you want to give a shit about for the 4-hour run.
Yeah. Agreed. I can't wait to get into the spoil A, because this is the first time, like, you know what? It was more than a movie.
Yeah. Oh my
It
God.
was more than a movie.
It was more than
Yeah.
just a movie.
And we didn't talk about it in the news part, but it is somewhat related because, you know, AT&T is going to merge Warner
Right.
Media with Discovery Network. And so, you know, maybe the practices that we were seeing in the past that frustrated us with a lot of these DC movies,
Right.
maybe Discovery do a better job with it, and we don't have to wait multiple years for a Snyder Cut. They'll just let you drop
like
what
you
the
do
fuck
what you
your
need to
vision
do.
is, from jump.
It's possible.
Hopefully that this is a changing of the
guard,
culture
yeah.
with the changing of the guard that's coming, because it seems like James Gunn was able to do whatever he wanted.
Right.
He's been
Hitting all cylinders.
yeah, he's been expressing nothing but joy
Right.
working on the Suicide Squad
The
movies.
Suicide
so
Squad.
we're
Exactly.
really hoping that we get better movies. Overall, we like the Snyder Cut though, right?
We did.
Yeah. I can't.
That's a non-spoiler reveal there.
Yeah.
we did like.
We
it.
did
That's
like
the
it.
spoiler. We liked it.
I mean,
That's
I'll go as far as to say
Spoilers. We like it.
I really liked it.
Whoa. All right.
Ooh,
Settle
ooh,
down.
ooh, settle down.
Okay. It was still,
I-
Justice League.
I'm fond of it.
All right. He's going to ask it out on a date, and we're going to move on to Jupiter's Legacy.
Ghost me.
All right. So the next show, because it's a TV show, Jupiter's Legacy, came out not too long ago, right?
Like a week and a half.
Yeah. So my question is it just The Boys and Invincible put together?
You're such a
No
leading
spoilers?
question. No.
No. Okay.
Or Robert Kirkman wrote Invincible. He's very nihilistic perspective you could see through Walking Dead. Invincible is very nihilistic, and it although it does play with it plays with the superhero cliche really well. Mm-hmm. In Jupiter's Legacy, you get more of a focus on the family. I'll say
Okay.
that, and that's the giant difference. In The Boys and Invincible, very big scope, big arc, so it's I think it focuses way more on the family dynamic.
Then
and
Invincible?
Yes,
Okay.
the pace because there's more family. There's just
True,
more
there's
people.
more
bigger
of
family.
them, yeah.
There's just more people, and then
Right,
more
got
complex
cousins.
dynamics. Yeah, and then a legacy. Literally, it goes through time. There's a lot.
Right.
It's different. Invincible kind of faces forward and runs to the future really fast.
Yeah.
True.
In some cases, literally.
Yeah.
It's interesting you said focus on the family, because if I'm not mistaken, that's like a conservative Christian radio show.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
and that's really
my.
appropriate
For this?
for this show. For
My man's in the
my
drop code right now.
goodness.
I mean,
He knew what he was
Jupiter's
doing.
Legacy.
They call that an alley-oop.
Yeah.
To you.
If Invincible was Mormon,
I would like to see that. Oh, wait, I did.
Jupiter's Legacy is. I wouldn't say it's as clean of a mashup of those two things. It's its own thing.
Right.
Like, I'm fresh off watching it. I just finished
Right.
it yesterday.
I just finished it like 10 minutes ago.
Its highs are not that high.
That's
That's
true.
what I'm gonna say. The highs, no matter what, acting, special effects, story, the highs are not that high.
Yeah.
The lows are not so bad that I just wanted to say, get the fuck out of here with
Right.
this. But what I found myself feeling after watching this show over the course of 2 days was, it's alright.
Mm-hmm.
It's good. I'm not going out of my way to push this on people.
You saying
Yeah.
it's log?
It's
It's
log.
It's better than
It's
bad.
better
It's
than
good.
bad. It's good.
No, because Log had a kick-ass ad campaign
It did. Everybody
That's
did.
stuck in your head It was almost on
decades.
It was almost on like Ball Cup levels.
Oh my god, it was.
Okay,
Yeah.
so let's. And I don't know who's getting that log joke. I really don't know. Ren and Stimpy.
You better be an '80s baby.
Yeah, it was Jupiter's Legacy is It's okay if you haven't seen The Boys or Invincible or Umbrella Academy or throw another one at me. There's a bunch.
Arrow.
My first 2 seasons of Arrow.
Okay.
If you haven't seen like those things, I'm not gonna tell you that this has to be the top of your list.
Right.
Nowhere near that. It might be at the bottom, but But it's not bad.
Yeah,
it's not a bad show. We're gonna get into specifics a little later, but that's my take.
I think the same thing. I put them both together because I feel like there's this new era coming into like the comic book entertainment shows things where it's like we want to show you superheroes, not just being like, "Hi, save the day. If this person's hurting, let me go to this. Let me stop them wrong." It's like, oh man, they've got daughters and sons, and they've got killing people by accident, and like or killing people on purpose. Like all these things. Exactly. So like it has the same feel of like the new superhero, which is slightly more, I want to say quote unquote human, because you're looking at the human aspects of their super herodom, which sounds like okay.
Quick response of this: yes, your comments show up here separately, but they're good.
Yeah, you can post them anywhere.
Are we moving on? Or I still got time on this?
You got a little bit of time.
What y'all brought today, which just reminded me, it's about the writing for this one, and it doesn't have, because it's live action. The special effects game is not. It's not super high and it's not super low.
Yeah.
It just runs this perfect gamut of like, these are the special effects.
Yeah.
You believe them.
Right.
And they don't feel so bad.
And it's not about them. It's about like the family. You know what I mean?
Agreed, but that's what. But I return to the writing. It's Mark Millar's writing, and Mark Millar is he's Irish, Scottish,
Millar.
I think he's Irish. I'm gonna have to double check that.
Sounds Irish.
Like, but when he writes about it, his writing in particular, like it's never the short term.
No,
his is always the long game.
It's long game with him.
So like we're not gonna know more till like season whatever.
It's not about knowing. It's just
his pace.
The weight won't hit you until a couple of arcs in, and you see where everything is set.
Like the end of the Invincible first episode. We were like, holy fucking shit. Like, you don't get that from Mark Millar till later, and because it's later, it hits like a ton of bricks.
Everything else collapses on you. I want to add to that, though. The special effects, I agree with you, friends. If I had any issues with it, it wasn't even the writing, it was the fight choreography. So, like, there's this...
were there fights? Yes.
But my thing is this, like, I don't care how nice or cool you look flying or teleporting or... whatever.
Right.
But if you don't put as much of your energy and resources into conveying drama and character connections through their kinetic actions on the screen, like the fights in this show, they're not good. They're really not good. They're not like compelling. They have compelling moments, but it took me out a bit because I could tell they weren't trying to tell the narrative through that. Like, 'cause I'm spoiled. Shows like Avatar spoil you. When they give you the behind the scenes and the thought process that goes into stances.
They gave us the Netflix Daredevil hallway Kumite.
What? Did they? When?
Who gave us that?
Okay. Daredevil did. Because this did not.
Yes, this did not. I was about to say, I was like,
what
where?
Scene was he watching?
Yeah, no, this did not give an ounce of that effort.
No.
It showed so much.
Or it didn't demonstrate even an ounce of that talent. So I don't know how much went towards that.
I feel like we're not giving a good...
No, this is...
No.
Like,
I'm saying I enjoyed watching the show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not calling it bad. I'm not even saying it's close to bad. But what I'm saying is it's just barely good. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's good. I will not shit on this show like I would on something else if I felt that it was coming from a bad place. It's just that if there's one area I would like to see a huge improvement on, it's in the fights and those engagements, so that some of the drama that they were trying to exhibit, which I can't get into it because we're not fucking spoiling right now, and that frustration is not geared toward our host. It's
geared toward you.
Oh my god! No, I'm sorry.
So it was lacking for me.
Yeah.
So I need them to put more effort in that. so that maybe they have to do less exposition because you can feel what characters are thinking and going through their exhibiting of their powers, and shit like that.
I will say the thing that was good about it is that it was a different idea of the way people think about capitalism.
Thanks, E.
So I was into that. I was like, okay, I see what you're doing. Which we'll talk about more in the spoiler.
Yeah, we'll get into it more.
Yeah. So
because there's a lot to talk about with it. It's just
not that.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna go ahead and take a little bit of a break.
Oh.
You should go and I don't know, take a COVID test.
Yo.
Why not?
Or get vaccinated if you haven't done that already.
Get vaccinated, yeah. Oh yeah. By the way, we are vaccinated. Don't be like, oh my god, I can't be like sitting around a table without mask indoors, like mad close. No, we're all vaccinated, 100%.
That's his mic.
We actually got a COVID test the other day, so we have a no COVID, which because we're going to St. Thomas, we had to.
You don't have to tell them that.
We're going to St. Thomas.
Stay healthy, people.
I think the break music needs to be 20s or 30s.
Yeah, ragtime.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm about it.
No problem.
Go put on your best flapper dress.
Yeah, Christian, put on a flapper dress.
Flapper dress.
Send me pics.
Right.
Oh my god.
And we're on a break.
This is abuse of the platform. I shouldn't be doing that. I'm sorry. We shouldn't be soliciting any flapper dress pics from our listeners or viewers.
Unless you like flapper dress up. I don't know. Okay, now that we're on a break.
We're on a break.
We're on a break. Let's talk to our people. What are they saying? I can't see.
We can talk.
Christian was dead. Like, he's like, yo, why y'all on break? Y'all should add a donation link to your Twitch panels.
Oh, I thought we did.
We do have that. We're gonna transition to that in a second.
Yeah, later.
Oh.
And later.
I thought it was just like, I don't know. Honestly,
we gotta find a way to just have it showing
there.
up
at all times.
Right, yeah.
Which we can do. We'll set it up for next times. Because we could definitely use the donos.
We could definitely use it.
But yeah, since we're in the break, this is the intimate, quiet, like in between with the listeners, watchers.
This is only for the
This
best.
is only for those who are watching us live.
Live. It's just for you.
The audio people do not get this.
For you. I don't know what the comments are saying though.
So
what you guys saying?
Christian basically aggressively stated that Jupiter's legacy was like wild mid.
Yeah, I agree.
It was mid as fuck.
You know what's funny, because it was on, right? And I'd be like, I don't want to fucking watch this. But I think something happened at the end of the first episode that I was like, oh, okay, I'll keep watching it. And then that's how it happened every time. You're like, oh my god, what are we doing?
Yeah, it was
and you're like, oh, okay, I'll keep watching. I'll figure out what's gonna happen.
There's the narrative, the mythology that's woven through the narrative creates a little mystique.
It's enough.
It's enough. It's like Scandal.
Yeah.
It gives the end of every
Whoa,
Scandal. We're like, God damn,
whoa.
I gotta watch the next one just to
You can't bring up Shonda like that.
The thing with it is, I'm gonna try not to repeat this when we off break. But the thing about the show was that for like the nerds, it gave enough. It teased enough of lore, like you want to know a little bit more how they do what they're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you?
Yeah,
know?
you do.
Do you?
Because they dangle just enough.
They'll watch the next episode.
It doesn't mean that the cliffhangers were any good or anything like that, but they gave just enough.
Agreed.
That you're like, they knew how to tickle your balls with the lore.
Oh my
That's
god,
what it is.
What did I do?
I don't know. What
The
did
microphone just hit me.
Throw off the entire
right
fucking...
in the boobs.
The internet's dead.
No, don't say that.
Yeah, we're
I was just
offline.
moving my...
You see that?
Stop! I don't even know what's going on.
No, we're good.
I'm trying to push in my chair.
Christian liked the Scandal comparison. He said it was perfect. He said it was
You
perfect.
guys don't even watch Scandal.
I've watched none of Scandal, actually.
I
watched some of How to Get Away with Murder.
Oh, really?
I watched like the first season and a half, maybe even first 2 seasons.
Oh my god, that's a lot.
How much of that was there?
I don't know, but I've watched 0. You were either a How to Get Away with Murder person or a Scandal person. You weren't like
what? Why can't you be both?
That's a lot of work.
How are we gonna see our queens rise if we have to draw lines in the sand like this?
Nobody watched both.
That's a lie.
I mean, maybe some people did, but
So
they were
you
like
can
diehard
only watch
Shonda.
Love and Hip Hop or fucking, I don't know, Bad Girls Club? I don't know what the fuck the difference is.
I feel like that is true.
Yeah, that might be.
No!
Like, who watches both Bad Girls Club and Love and Hip Hop?
I don't like this.
You're like brain cells. Or
We can't do this. This is a whole Sony Microsoft fight for no reason.
we're gonna figure
Just
it
get a
out.
fucking PC.
First of all,
Sony.
I'm a double back for my own ego. Christian is like, yo, that's a perfect allegory. He was like, Scandal was
That's
Jupiter's
what he
Legacy is
said.
literally Scandal. I was like,
But with
Yeah,
superpowers.
yeah, okay. I don't know.
And
would
not interesting
I feel
sex,
like
though.
no one around here has watched Scandal.
I watched it with you for like 4 seasons. If you add it all together, it's like 4.5 seasons.
Put a 1 in the chat if you think that counts, him watching it with his wife.
I don't think it
Oh,
does.
it does. But
Well, I guess you do know like
I'm like-
Papa Pope and
yeah, like I want to
P6,
see.
13.
I want to see Shonda Rhimes with superheroes.
Yeah, I would watch that.
See, even I know the thing about Papa Pope, and I never watched Scandal.
I mean, you can't not know Papa Pope.
These are facts.
Big character. All right, let's come back.
No, I'm like, I don't want Shonda Rhimes with superheroes. I take that back.
What? Why not? I mean, Ava DuVernay tried it and it wasn't
Well,
home
they didn't
run.
get their fair due, Ava DuVernay, because they were going to do New Gods for DC.
Oh, right.
And
I was like,
that would have been
okay,
an
she was
honest
like-
Is
attempt.
that still happening?
No, it got struck down.
Oh,
During
that's
COVID.
fine.
It actually got struck down with
That's
the acquisition, the further acquisition into the HBO Max platform.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's right.
With
That's
Warner
fine.
Brothers. It was like, meh.
Maybe they'll do it again.
That's fine.
All right. We'll come back.
Come back now.
And we're back. Yeah.
Ooh, we
I
about to
hope
go
that
in
you
depth.
got your second vaccination and you aren't feeling too much of the
2 to 3
effects.
week break.
You got an appointment and been waiting. No.
But maybe they just got the Johnson & Johnson like I did.
They got the Johnson & Johnson.
It's one shot.
It is one shot.
Yeah, maybe they did that.
All right. We are now going to go into our spoiler.
Full spoiler. He did it last time. You do it.
You did? I do it now?
Yeah.
Spoiler.
Ooh, she went sexy spoiler.
I
She did.
Like,
was
color
thinking
operators
about Talk Soup and when they're like doing the thing with the dog and he's like, so meaty. You know that?
now.
I love that part with the soup and the dog. You know what I'm talking about.
That's okay.
All right. Let's do this.
He doesn't know.
I could know.
You could know.
You don't know?
Nah, you don't.
Oh, I'll show you. It's fun. All right. Snyder Cut. Oh my gosh. I don't even know where to start. I guess we could go back to our original question and get more in depth with it. So what?
Well, just put it. We'll just go through it frame by frame.
Yeah, let's do it right now. Hold on.
We'll go frame by frame of the
From the
Snyder
beginning.
Cut, and then we'll do the black and white.
And get flagged. For
Oh my god. Immediately, all of a sudden, it's just shut off.
Get demonetized.
So we were talking about the things that we like were added. What specifically were the things that you were like, yes, I love this. This bug loves my face.
Don't worry about it. No one can see
It's gonna get in my eye. Sorry.
it. It's alright.
There's bugs in here. It likes my
One.
drink.
It's just one. Let it have the drink.
Fine. Bugs. Oh my god. Snyder Cut. Those bug things, they were animated differently.
Parademons, yes, they
They
were.
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 They're definitely not bugs.
The bugs.
They're not. The Chitauri are more bugs than they're bugs.
In the face,
They're
maybe.
different bugs. Maybe
Body
same
type
bug
as well. They
family.
got
Wings.
multiple. Yeah, but the
Bug
Chitauri got like
family.
fucking 6 appendages.
They did. They were
That's
bugs
more
too.
bug-like.
They're
Alright,
both
thank you.
bugs, guys.
Yeah. Is it entomology? Is that the study of bugs?
I think so.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah. Don't try to.
etymology is words. So yeah.
Yeah. Don't try to
Entomologize.
itemize my entomology.
Ooh, ooh,
Don't try to.
This is getting wordy.
First of all, why these motherfuckers can't pick something other than bugs to model these things?
I know.
after?
That's what I was like. It's the same bugs. It's a different family.
Brood, Annihilus. Yeah.
Well, that was one of the things. I did like Steppenwolf was like more. And we heard about Darkseid.
Heard, we seen them.
Well, we
Well,
fucking
that
saw
too.
him.
Yeah,
Seen
yeah.
him do things.
We see him get his ass whooped.
Did we? What?
Yeah.
By the old gods, by Zeus and them.
Oh,
looked
yeah,
better
yeah,
as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
Like, they were doing
They
shit.
had the
But
fucking
it
nerve.
gave-
Anyway, sorry.
It gave Steppenwolf more I don't want to say backstory. What's the word?
Depth. Character development.
Yeah, they made us give
Purpose.
a shit.
He had purpose.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
understood the purpose more.
Yeah.
There were 2 scenes that were basically, they felt like copy pastas.
Wait, what?
Remember we said
paste.
what the copy copy pasta? Like when
I was
he
like,
goes
pasta.
to the hologram and the hologram is like, so status update, and he gives an update, and then like an hour later it's like, so status update.
That's like
and
when
it's
you-
literally the same status. Like, get off my ass. They could have cut the second one
Yeah.
easily. We didn't need
Yeah,
it.
sure.
That's when like you always go back to like that one area in the video game, and they're like, "What you buying?" You know, and you just like keep
Yes.
pick up some supplies.
But the difference to that is when you go, what you buying the second
Yeah.
time,
you
you're,
get
you're,
you
you're
get new
buying
stuff.
shit. You're getting new
Yeah.
information. He literally just came back and spit this. He's like, look, motherfucker, I'm looking for him.
I don't
got
got it.
Still doing.
I got the non-bug-like parademons out there.
First of all,
They
You
were
didn't see
pretty
you saw that
bug-like.
long stare.
Second
You
of all.
only get that with this visual. He's like, look, I got my best guys on this.
Get my best wasps,
No. No. No.
mosquitoes.
Oh. Anyway. Wasp. Okay. Anyway, he said I got my best on it, okay? And leave me alone.
it's the same shit. Yeah.
So that scene you could have got rid of. What the movie did, the action, the fights were better. They made more sense. They weren't in fucking Chernobyl,
Yeah.
which was stupid.
Hella dumb.
Yeah. What?
And they unweedened
They unweeded.
some of the Hideki humor, like the scene where Flash lands on top of Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
They got rid of that
Which
shit.
he
Thank
does
you.
all the time. I didn't realize it. I was just thinking at that moment popped up in my head, and I was like,
Maybe
he
it's
does
a
it in
Buffy
every
thing.
movie.
Really?
Really?
It happened on
Like a
in
funny-
Buffy a few
oh,
times,
sorry.
but it's always like an inappropriate fall.
I'm thinking Avengers 1 and 2.
Avengers-
Does it happen there?
Yes.
When?
Now I'm gonna
When
watch.
Age of Ultron specifically, when the
Doesn't-
Ultron bots attack and they jump the bar, and because it's Nat and Hulk and they jump
They
the
ju-
bar,
oh, yeah,
and he lands
she-
right at her cleavage.
Yeah. No, isn't there another one too where like
Wow, I
she
totally
lands right on
forgot
top
about
of him and they're like, "Oh, excuse me."
Yeah, even-
Oh, behind the bar.
Yes, it happens twice.
Yeah, behind the bar.
I was like,
What about Avengers 1? Happens Avengers 1?
I don't remember.
No. I'm not saying if it doesn't happen in
We'll
Avengers 1, then
find it.
you're wrong.
No. Well, I'm
We'll
trying to recall, but no, I
find
don't
But,
recall.
but
it.
another Whedon thing that we make fun of is the low sweeping ass shot.
Yeah.
None of those in here.
those. It was not necessary.
So that was good because you didn't need it.
The Dostoevsky line is the one that like annoyed me the most
Do you know what I?
in the Whedon version.
In the Whedon
Oh,
version.
okay.
Yeah,
In
Dostoevsky.
this, oh my god!
there's
In
a
the
lot.
Snyder Cut one, the things that annoyed me and I could have done without. Not that we should cut her out, but the whole like Amy Adams. Anytime she was in a scene,
The
I was
Lois
like,
Lane scenes that go long.
"What are we doing here?
In
Why
the,
am I?"
I would
talking
say
to
in the
you?"
whole DCEU,
Yeah.
the weakest
Just
character.
keep cutting her.
No. I'm just saying she is the weakest link.
Yeah.
She just is, and I have nothing against Amy Adams,
No, she's a great
but
actress.
she is not. Her Lois Lane, that iteration of Lois Lane as
Yeah,
a character,
it's
is the
unfortunate.
least interesting Lois Lane ever.
She's like literally just a reporter.
She's not
Ever.
dangerous, and that's the
Right.
thing that Lex.
She would always
respected
check
the shit out of
Superman.
Lois.
Who
Yes.
can check Superman?
I mean,
Lois.
Lois good, but that's the same
Exactly.
kind of sharpness that like Lex Luthor used to be like. He used to not pay her no mind. That she started fucking up his plans. He was like, wait, she's dangerous.
Right.
I gotta account for that shit.
yeah, you're
Right.
not.
We
you're
don't
not-
got
There's
that.
nothing more dangerous than a white lady who knows she can't die.
And that's the title of this episode.
She can do what the fuck she wants.
Yo,
She's
I
gonna
don't
live.
know if you know. That's the deepest shit has ever been said on this podcast.
It's true.
There's nothing more. You said powerful or frightening? Oh, whatever.
Dangerous.
Dangerous
Dangerous.
than a white woman who knows she cannot die.
She can.
She go up to everybody, smack you, and they just trust fall.
Right.
Because you know
And
he
then Super
coming.
be like, "Whoa, what do you need?"
I just
The Karen that I am picturing right now is of such immense cosmic grandeur
Oh god.
that I can't.
like she could go
Like
to
she's not walking up to customer service.
nah.
No,
She's
no.
ripping the fucking roof off the Walmart.
Oh yeah, for sure. And she's like, "You're the manager."
Yeah. I have no receipt. And it's just like,
Give me my money.
mad receipts, and everybody drowned in
Hey,
receipts.
yo, Clark. It's called by his government.
We've already conjured a more interesting Lois.
We did.
Boom.
You know, even though through hyperbole, but still, she's not interesting, and I agree with you 1,000%.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you cut her, because
Right, no,
you kind of
yeah.
need some of what she's does.
I don't think you could cut her. I thought it was just a little too long. Like, you would give me a scene that wasn't necessary. Like, you're not building her. You're not building a story.
Do we need the scene with her and Mama Kent, and then we find out that's not even really fucking Mama Kent,
Exactly.
and is really Martian
Manhunter.
Like, I was happy Martian Manhunter was in here, but
I was
it
very
was really
excited.
weird.
It was weird.
I look
then now
forward
she
to
never-
helping you at a later time. I have to go now.
But then now she never really had that conversation with the mom.
No.
Right.
So you're like, and it was a deep ass conversation. She's like, I'm losing the house. I have to sell the farm, and da da da. And you're like,
No, I think she sold it already by that time.
But that's what I'm saying. And like, Martian Manhunter is telling me this.
How does he know?
How does
And why
he
didn't he
know?
help?
Exactly.
You asshole.
And then like,
The
Lois Lane's like, oh
invisible
damn.
He could have done mad shit to
And
help
then the next
her.
time she sees the mom, she's gonna be like, oh, I heard about the farm. She's gonna be like, how do
What?
you know that?
Right?
The
Who are you?
farm? What do you mean?
I didn't want. She's so prideful. Like, she gets ashamed,
Yeah,
and
she
then
couldn't tell anybody.
it damages the relationship
Yeah.
between her and Lois. 'Cause
You
now she
look through
feels-
my things.
Yeah. No, I didn't. You reporter,
You
you nosy
told
bitch.
me.
And then
Yeah.
Martha Kent becomes Vision. Nah, me and Lois don't talk no more. Clark, what
Yeah.
happened? Yeah, she nosy.
She nosy.
Sick.
Keep
I
the
want people
chicken
playing
line.
on my phone.
If you don't keep your...
She rolls up in the tractor on hydraulics.
Yo,
'cause she
Martha's
ain't
a
with
G. Yo, I wonder how she feels though when you think about it. That's like, oh, Superman's always gonna save Lois, and then she's over here like, and all these past due notices.
Yo, that's crazy, right? Yeah, like Lois falling off the Grand Canyon
Lois
cliff,
is like,
and my dude gets up from a nap and goes and gets her. But his mom's
and
is
she's
right
like,
there,
God,
broke
the
ass.
farm, doing so much
He
work.
can't subsidize nothing.
I would have at least stole an ATM a week from my mom.
He couldn't
Yeah,
even make a
exactly.
Kickstarter page for his mom.
Something you could have made so much money on
There's a picture
Kickstarter.
of him and Superman holding her like...
This is my mom.
Yo,
And
Clark a bum ass, bro.
Dead. Terrible.
Batman know everything except that Martha is selling her land. Like, he couldn't even send Alfred to fucking buy the bank ahead of time. You know what
Yo,
I'm saying?
he could have been like, yo, that's how you really beat Superman.
He wait
I
to
own
the
you
end.
now.
He waited to the end
Yeah,
to
I
tell
should've
me.
did that.
I bought the bank.
I bought the bank.
I bought the bank.
Anyways, better things, Snyder Cut. Let's talk about the big one. What's his face?
Don't do
The
that.
eye.
Ray Fisher.
Ray Fisher. No, his
Cyborg.
character. Cyborg.
Yeah.
There we go.
No, but the actor's name is Ray Fisher, right?
Yeah.
You know what? Kudos
That
to
is
you.
Antoine Fisher.
Still
Still
standing.
standing and he's still
throwing
strong.
toe weed into his face.
Yeah, no, I very much did enjoy him way better than the original.
Yeah.
In the original, he was like so whiny and like, I feel like they even animated it differently, didn't they?
Yes, there
Yeah.
was
Like
some,
he was like
there's some color differences, some shape differences, some texture differences.
All the effects were like so much better. Like
much
across the fucking board.
It's a clearer vision, it looks like.
Yeah.
It's just a generally clear. But he used to, what is that first one looked like Thanksgiving aluminum foil, all crunched up, and now he looks
Yeah,
a little bit better. Anyway,
And he was always wearing the sweatshirts, and I feel like they just gave him really high shoulder pads.
they did it in real life. He was just like,
He was like,
No,
My actual shoulders.
but props
These
because
are my
he's
actual
the freaking main character of this thing.
Kinda, yeah.
yeah.
So much of the narrative hinges on his experience, and I thought that was cool. It gave him way more lines. I'm like, how is this not in the original? It makes sense just having him talk.
He shifts like from where he starts when he's introduced in the movie compared to everyone else to the end of the film. No character has more of a shift or growth or whatever you want to call it than him. You can make the argument he's the main character of this movie.
He went from "fuck the world" in quotes
Yeah.
to smiling with Superman while they're like doing a thing. He's like,
Oh yeah, because
No
then they
booyah.
helped at the thing. No booyah.
they took that out.
He did
There
take
was
the
no
boy
booyah.
out. That was fan service.
Yeah,
Well, that
yeah,
was
yeah.
a big one that he argued with apparently, and that's kind of what started getting him, you know,
Looked
I don't
at?
know, not looked at, but like whatever we didn't decided, like, okay, you're the one that I'm gonna fuck over, because like, leave me alone. You're saying the line.
He threatened Gal Gadot too. She admitted that the rumor was going around. It was that like 2 days ago she finally admitted
Oh really?
that he did threaten her career. to
He
make it
threatens
if
everyone's
she,
careers.
yeah, like we talking about Whedon here, not
Not
Snyder.
Whedon.
Not
Yeah,
Snyder.
no,
What?
not Snyder.
Whedon.
But yeah, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with that guy.
Yeah, I feel like it's a power trip. You know, you're like, I can, so I will. But at the same time, I'm like, you know how many directors there are in the world? Like, are you gonna talk to like Taika Waititi and be like, yeah, don't hire Gal Gadot?
Yeah.
And they're gonna be like, fuck you, man. Like, who is listening to
I don't
you?
know if that tall drink of water would ever be that type of person.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
Whedon got a track record, so. But yeah, I enjoyed Ray Fisher as well. I like the more toned down Aquaman. Speaking of the scene that I was talking about to get rid of,
Right.
that whole singing part when he emerges.
Oh, the people were singing in the
Yeah.
town. Everyone hated that, apparently.
Yeah, that part was kind
Everyone
of
hated
like
that.
I could have done without it.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
need it. I understood it to some regard, but I didn't need
Like
My
if-
mom legit rolled her eyes.
They traded the "I heard you talk to fish" line with that part. So I get it. They want to build the lore
it.
of
More reverence.
Right.
Yeah, I get it, but
They're like,
Yeah.
he saved our town.
I don't
It'd have been
know.
cooler if it was like if there was like an etched stone tablet somewhere with him on it.
Ooh, or we had like a place where they go to and like offer fish or something. Like, oh shit.
Or if
Like,
maybe the
offer shit
bartender
out.
would have had like a bunch of clips of newspaper shit
Yeah.
that he collects and the people know, and he could have had a talk with Bruce and be like, "Look, this is what he means to us.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
can't have
yeah.
you take him away." So a more human moment. That whole singing shit was weird.
Yeah,
They were like
you're a
sirens.
god.
And then I was like, are you all from
Atlantis?
Yeah, I was like, y'all are
New
like
Atlantis.
They
beached Atlanteans?
I don't know when this was filmed, but they kept Amber Heard in it. I mean,
Oh, right.
I don't know how much momentum is still behind the getting her fuck out of here. Or
I
not,
know.
but
Maybe they
I
don't
hope
care.
it's a lot.
They cared
think
with
so.
Gina Carano. They don't seem to care. This one.
Yeah.
Sad.
But that was a part they could have got rid of. And this guy was underutilized maybe a little bit. But where are you gonna put him? Alfred.
Batman. Oh, right.
Oh,
Jeremy
Jeremy
Irons.
Irons.
He had a weird talk about tea with Wonder Woman at one part.
Oh, right, yeah.
But they went into that
Yeah.
convo with Superman that was in the original trailer that didn't
Yeah.
make the
Oh,
original
yeah,
cut.
I think the tea talk with him was supposed to be like, oh, look, they have a rapport. Like, I think it was supposed to be like, hey, they are both smart and helping out.
They could have talked about something besides tea.
It's true.
That's what I'm
It is
saying.
true.
I thought he was underutilized too, because I always remember like in the comics, Alfred is amongst the Justice League, like they fucks with him.
Like a Jarvis.
I know.
Yeah,
So
like
the Avengers.
They fucks with him like heavy. And nobody cracks jokes about Alfred. And if they see
No.
him, they're like, "Yo, what's up?" Like
I
yeah,
just
it's mad
don't know
respect.
him like that because I'm so tied to the animated series.
But even in
Someone's
the
like-
animated series,
I mean, yeah,
Alfred is like,
but he wasn't like-
the A1.
a better actor than Ben Affleck.
Which
It was
is-
like,
yeah.
what?
I'm curious what it could have been like with a more.
Serving tea to Ben Affleck right now?
I wonder if he could have been activated more.
Yeah.
The mustache on Henry Cavill,
Oh yeah.
that was handled a
I
billion
did not
times
even
better
see
because you
it.
didn't notice it.
Yeah. Never.
They got rid of that weird, cheesy hand cam footage interview at the beginning,
Oh yeah.
which
Oh my god.
only
Why, it
served
was
to
not
highlight
necessary.
the bad
Yeah.
CGI around the
We
mustache.
couldn't get his mustache
They
off.
got rid
Let's
of
do
that.
a whole
and,
scene.
Right, he looked great. I thought he literally looked great. In
did.
the black suit, he
Ooh, the
looked great.
black on black.
Yeah.
Like
I like that they
He was
kept
cool.
that whole part where like their Flash is running and he can still see him.
yes,
Because that part was great.
quite possibly one of the best top 3 moments
Yeah.
in the whole movie. Overall, everybody looked better,
Yeah.
and they looked more like a cohesive team. Changing that last act of the movie to what they changed it to. They forget about the weird rescuing of people that shouldn't even be around, and they got rid of that. It went brass tacks. We're fighting Superman being a badass.
Yeah.
And they even gave us arguably what I think was probably the best moment, Flash running faster than the explosion in reverse
Yeah.
to
that,
kind of go back in
uh-huh.
time. And it lands
Thank
because
you. Because that was the worst part. And the other one, I was like, this makes
yeah,
no
the whole thing
sense.
made no sense. It landed this time because they set it up with some
Mm-hmm.
previous scenes and him mentioning how, I can do this,
Yeah.
but I probably
You
shouldn't.
should not do this.
Yeah, so that
Flashpoint.
Flashpoint.
hopefully, I don't know.
Okay, this is my last question because we gotta move on. Do you think it's gonna change the DCEU? Like now that this is a better storyline, are all the other things gonna connect to this better?
That's a hard call because they Zack Snyder's not coming back. Essentially, that's what he said. And
But can they take his story and be like, yeah, this is
I don't know.
what
His
do you call
vision,
it, canon?
No.
his vision was his vision, and it took a very unique. He's someone who does not like comic books and per se. Like it took
Right.
someone like him to make the thing that he made, and I don't think anyone should or even wants to pick that up. And I think that's why they're coming up with all of these HBO Max smaller things so they can repiece their universe together and find someone else to sew it back together.
You better find a good person.
It's
'Cause you
it's
could
hard.
fuck it up.
Easily. You can fuck it up.
Yep.
It's hard to answer that question because we probably won't see the ramifications of this merger that we mentioned earlier, with AT&T selling Warner
Right.
Media. That possibly could have a huge impact on everything that is Warner related, including these DC movies. But we won't know that for probably a couple of years. The thing is that whether Zack Snyder down the road decides to continue where he left off with this, with that, what we all agreed was a pretty cool and tantalizing, not post-credit scene, but that final scene in this dystopian, you got Slade Wilson and Jared Leto's Joker,
right.
and this ragtag group of what's left after Apocalypse has come through and Superman has gone crazy. At least now, what's passed to whoever might want to pick this up is a baton and not a fucking melting piece of shit.
A piece of crap.
You know what I mean?
Dookie, run with that.
He's at
doodle
least
over there. Can you handle it?
he was at least able to put this movie together, and in a lot of ways, the DC EU together in as cohesive a way as we've seen it so far. And if someone wants to pick it up, I think it's possible. But of course, now that we've seen what he could do when you just get off his back,
Yeah.
I kind of want him
I
to
feel
do
like
more.
people will note, like, the execs notice that. All the hullabaloo around this and how much people are enjoying it more, they have to take notice. So, like, you messing with your own money now.
It did numbers.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
It did numbers. It was trending worldwide. I don't know what more you would want. People were satisfied with it. And this one more thing. Early reports were that Zack Snyder said he's not interested in doing this anymore.
Yeah.
But lately, what's been going around, people been asking him, he's been going around showing people on his phone Green Lantern. The shot he shot a scene in his own backyard, quarantine,
Oh my
to put Green Lantern in the film.
What?
And what he's been saying now is that Warner Brothers, they're not really big fans of mine. In other words, what he's putting the onus
I'll
on.
do it, but
He's
they
like,
won't
I would do it, but they don't want me.
I'm down to do it.
Whatever happened between them in the filming
Right.
must have stuck.
Right.
And he's like, they don't want to work with
Which
me.
is such an odd thing because this was a huge success for them. But
Right.
but maybe they don't see the weight of the success because they, behind the scenes, were already in the process of this merger.
Right,
AT&T,
right,
pressure from
right.
the top. This was a bad acquisition. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's possible that that's what was behind this.
We'll see. All right, how many bugs do you give it, I guess?
I can't fuck with you, Aisha.
How many mosquitoes?
None!
How many mosquito tiki torches?
Tiki torches, really?
I wouldn't even know what else to do. How many
Thinking of
mother
objects.
boxes?
Like, how many different director's cuts?
How many cuts would you give it? How many director's cuts would you
I give it 3 Donners. Flips
What?
table.
I give the Snyder Cut 9 J.K. Simmons rooftop scene moments out of 10.
9. That is high.
I give it a 9.
I'm gonna give it a 7.5 because I think I gave the original like a 0. Wasn't that the
You
one where
did
we were like?
not give it a 0.
We give it like a
maybe
1
like a
or
3.
something. Yeah, something. Okay.
It was a low
7.5. It was too long for me. It was too long. It didn't make sense for those long
That's
scenes.
fine.
It was
But
2
it
a.m.
was
2
way
a.m.
better.
banger.
Yeah.
But I give it an 8.
Okay.
I give it an 8. No, I give it an 8.5 for Martian Manhunter. Well, I'll watch
Yo, that was
Harry
really
Lennox.
exciting.
I'll watch that.
I think we all like almost got up. We were like, that was crazy.
It was pretty good. I enjoy that guy.
All right, let's move on to Jupiter's Legacy because there's a lot to.
Is there a lot?
I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot to unpack in there. Okay, here's what I'm just gonna say about the way it's written that I find very unique, and it was probably the newest thing I've seen in a superhero or any kind of show is the way that they talked about capitalism. Like, the main character, what's his name? Utopia, but his other name.
Utopian.
The Utopian.
Sheldon Sampson.
Sheldon.
That is one of the whitest
The
superhero
whitest.
names. Sheldon Sampson.
But I feel like everything is so particular to show, like, that man is so much American capitalism that, like, I've never seen before. Like, he'll just say it out of his mouth in the way that I know capitalists are thinking, but we never get to see characters say it, where, you know, he was, like, honestly upset, and it was back, you, like, flashback in the 30s, right? I think he was honestly upset at this group of people who were like, they can't believe, it's like, you know, the Depression, and, you know, fuck this government, and he's like, what? Capitalism gave you everything you have. The only reason that we have anything is because of capitalism. And I was like, holy shit, man. People
You really drinking the Kool-Aid.
people think like that.
He was more U.S. agent than
Yes,
Steve
that's what I was
Rogers.
thinking. I was like, this guy, and genuine. You know what I mean? He really believes. He was like good at heart and like all these things. Like it's for me to capitalize on. And you're like, well,
Because from his in his perspective, before he knew that his dad was a piece of shit,
right.
he
It
sees
was all coming up rosy.
he sees a factory of workers where, I mean,
We
know,
all get along.
we all get along, you know. We're giving people jobs, and from his point of view, he felt like my dad is helping to build this country,
Right. Yeah, exactly.
literally and also, you know, morally or whatever,
Right.
symbolically. But once he found out his dad was doing what he did,
I know.
It shook him.
it did shake him.
It shook him, and then he was like, my mind is gone.
It did shake him, but I think all it did was make him obstinate to going beyond that ideal.
Yes.
This is
that's
the
that's why it's
genius.
perfect.
This is the genius of Mark Millar and having an international pool of writers and ideas, because that is quintessentially the cross section of where the U.S. has been the last like 10 years.
Right. Like, all the people are telling you to change, and you're like, nah, but like,
But
look
even
at these
when
old
you
papers.
see, or someone points out the gaps in the logic of
Right.
how America is, the compatriots, they just go extra hard. It's like wrong and strong. They
Yeah.
just go further, and he just kept getting pushed further and further out into madness.
I don't want to go as far as to say the dude was a walking MAGA hack. You know,
Right,
like,
yeah,
in
it
other
wasn't
words,
that
No,
far.
he's not.
Yeah.
mad.
No.
He's what it was built on.
What I'm saying is, like, the concept of make America great again, and all the problems that come with, depending on your perspective of American history and your experience, which is why it's such a divisive phrase. He was like that in the sense that for him, when the ideal of his father was what it was before he found out what he found out, to him America was great,
Right. Exactly.
and he was part of that greatness.
Right. Yeah.
And I think that lack of flexibility when it comes to being able to be honest with yourself and look at and read the room.
Read the room.
He
man.
pushes that onto his family. He pushes that
Yeah.
onto his kids, and we see the impact that's having.
Yeah. Unrelentingly too. Like,
Yeah.
even when his daughter's going through whatever, it's still like, well, no, though.
And even just past his family, like the impact that his code,
Right.
which he imposed on everybody.
On everyone.
Okay, they didn't vote on that fucking code.
Yeah, I know,
Red
right?
sun
came-
over here.
Yeah, he sat down and said, "Okay, guys,
we need a code.
all
Here
right,
it is.
burning bush time." Tablet 1 and 2,
He's like,
and
so
that
the
is it.
Jupiter gods that gave us this
Right,
have
right.
told me.
And I'm gonna tell y'all what the code is.
The Utopian gave us 15.
15 commandments.
10 commandments. Shout out to Mel Brooks.
Yes.
A lot of Mel Brooks tonight.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of Mel Brooks.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God. I'm gonna send out a prayer for Mel Brooks.
Yes.
I love him. Anyway, you know, he pushed that code on not just his family. We saw the ramifications of the superhero community.
Yeah.
You know that what was her name? The girl that died.
Oh, I
And
know.
she's like,
The
I
way she
like
was
the
super
code.
nice. She was like, but I didn't
Yeah.
break the code.
I didn't break the
Like
code though.
yeah.
I didn't break the
I didn't
code.
break the code.
And it's like that.
But
code,
she got to die, like, honestly, she felt good about it. But
Yeah.
it's like, what?
Their
No.
morals are all over the place because, like, you got basically you're trying to teach your son, you shouldn't have killed the guy.
Right.
And the son is like, if I didn't do that,
Then
he
you
was
would
gonna
totally
kill
be
all
dead.
of us.
Yeah.
And then probably the world.
Right.
So what the fuck do you mean? and you
like,
know,
who? And my thing about that too was like he, like, to a fault was like, you shouldn't have killed him. And I was like, let's roll it back here. he like wasn't real. He was like a clone or whatever. I'm like,
Well,
who
they
the
didn't know
freak
that.
cares?
They didn't know at the
But then they
time.
knew like right afterwards. So I'm like, let's let it go, huh?
Still
That's like
took a life.
right. Like let's say like I freaking killed a freaking
Punch a hologram.
yeah, and then you're like,
thought
oh,
was real.
I can't believe you killed him. Like, oh, but we found out it's a robot.
You know what this is? You know what this is? I don't want to backtrack too much, but the show gives us the embodiment of like an argument about Man of Steel.
Calling people out.
With Man of Steel, the ending of Man of Steel,
okay.
the controversial ending of
Spoilers
Man of Steel.
for anyone in Man of Steel.
What the fuck? That movie? No.
I
Zod's
mean,
neck.
we are in the Swale section.
In Man of Steel, Zack Snyder, told a story which put Superman in a position where you either break the necks or that you're gonna kill some innocent people, even though you've already just killed hundreds of thousands of
Gotta
innocent
break
people
some necks.
Just moving.
with the collateral damage.
Yeah.
So, you have this situation here where Jupiter's Legacy, they're like playing that out. He tells the son there are other ways,
Right.
but then you're like,
What was
ways?
the other way?
What was-
Because
he was
we had already lost two.
right. They
So-
already lost two, and those were friends of
Oh
the
my
son.
god, I was so sad.
Right. So it's like it's like that conversation me and Al have, or that controversy over the ending of Man of Steel is like played out over the course of the show, and it's kind of a different way, but it's very similar. And they're expounding and expanding on it. Man of Steel, we're not gonna get a part 2 probably ever. I don't know. So they're not doing it for us,
Yeah, that's fine.
Pero Jupiter's Legacy is kind of doing that. It's doing some of the heavy
kinda
lifting.
Is. That's what while watching it too, like we're saying it was like mid whatever. I also was like, why did all these white and then like that one dude get these powers? Like
Fitz?
how come it was like calling him? Like who was calling him? And then why was it like you gotta bring all these people
The
with
American
you?
dream.
Like what in the
It was
hell?
Uncle
Bring all
Sam.
these white people. Oh wait, and then like that one black guy who worked in the factory, but he didn't bring him too.
I mean,
Affirmative
it wasn't like there was
action.
much representation beyond. I mean, yeah, there was a one black guy and a bunch of white people.
I mean, it was accurate, obviously. They were like in like the 30s who was like friends with all the black people.
But it's like we mentioned before. They know enough. Those questions you're asking, they know how to tickle your balls. And
Yeah, exactly.
You're like, I need to
I
watch
still
this.
didn't really find out, but
That's what elevated it for me from mid to just barely over mid.
Yeah.
Those kind of that ethical quandary, that moral quandary shit. I fucks with it. Like,
was
I fucks with it, and I fucks with how they dealt with it, which I bring to Aisha's
did.
Aisha's favorite point. Is they saved one
they
motherfucker.
didn't save anybody.
Like at one point, this dude saved the whole planet, but that's the only time.
Off screen.
Right.
Off
Yeah,
panel.
yeah.
It's the only time that someone gets it's the only time saving happens. The whole rest of the time is just interpersonal thing that's going on. People throwing parties, sniffing DMT.
Which is the problem. I don't know what the fuck they were sniffing there. I'm thinking that's like ashes
Oh
of like
my
some
God.
dead, maybe it's
Dead
Skyfox's
Superman.
ashes.
Oh, I just want to say
This
real
guy
quick
lost
before we
his
keep going,
ashes.
we're getting some new people in our live chats. We are in full spoiler of Jupiter's Legacy, so if you don't want that spoiled, you should
Yeah.
probably watch this later.
We'll figure out a way to have on the screen what we're talking
What we're talking
about in the
about.
future. As you see, we added a little frame there.
Getting there. What's up, Cat?
Little by little, we're gonna get there.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is full spoiler for discussion. We're in the middle of talking about Jupiter's Legacy.
Honestly, I feel like even if it is spoiled, you could still go back and watch it and
Oh,
still
yeah.
get from it what you
Yeah.
need, to be honest.
What was interesting about the show too, I guess it was really accessible for people that like superhero stuff.
Yeah, this is definitely
Yeah,
day
for
one
sure.
type
The
stuff.
reason I say that is because like, and I always use her as my barometer, for like the way the average person might. Not that she's average, she's Mima, she's my mom, I love her. But I'm saying I always take her as the the thermometer, to tell me the temperature of how audiences might
Did
react.
she
to something.
like it?
Well, the point is, she went and watched it on her own. Like I didn't.
Oh, you weren't like, hey, watch this.
She's not the type to start watching a series. You have to kind of sell a series to her, and then she'll check it out. If she likes it, she'll either only watch it with you exclusively, or
Right.
she will go and watch the rest on her own and report back when things pop off. Like that's
Yeah.
what she does.
Pop, pop.
And that was her with Jupiter's Legacy. I asked her if it was good, and she goes, "Yeah." That's what she get. She goes, "Yeah." I just don't understand. No, I don't want to say nothing because I don't want to ruin it for you. That's
Wait,
what
so did she watch it before you did?
Yeah,
Gangster.
that's what I'm saying. So she went ahead and watched it way before I did, and No, at the end of the day, that for the reason that you brought up before, France, when you talked about shit.
Yes.
The thing you brought up before.
They're not saving people.
They're not saving people. That's what made the fights, like I brought up in the non-spoiler part. That's what made the lack of, the fights, the choreography
apparent.
You don't see the kinetic stuff in action.
Exactly. So it's left to the exposition, which for the most part was stronger than it was weak.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
it's fine. Again, it's fine.
The back and forth between time helped that, I think.
Yeah. I didn't mind. At first, I was like, come on,
oh
let's
God.
meet in the middle.
Yeah.
Especially when he got to the point where the guy shoots himself and there's a thing in the basement.
Oh my God, that was real confusing.
Yeah.
I was like, what are we talking about?
When it got there, I was like, oh, that's the payoff. Come on, no. But I was thinking that wherever he had to end up was going to be on that farm. Yeah. I didn't realize. Right. No, we're going to an island.
We're going
Skull Island.
Skull Island, yep.
But if memory just served, that farm is the land he bought that he lives on now.
He ended up buying.
Yeah.
Okay, I was curious. I was gonna make sure that shit landed.
Which I find creepy. Hey, this guy killed himself in the basement. How much is the property?
It's just foreclosed. It's the 30s.
I have like really crazy visions here, like nightmares. I would like to buy the house.
It's a $15 purchase.
I would like to raise my family.
I would like to raise my family in the house.
In the house where a man shot himself in the brain.
And I just have nightly nightmares.
Son, you don't know shit. I bought this house $20 cash. Cash money.
Straight cash.
I can't.
Yeah, but
and we were talking about them snorting the drugs. She found
Sky Fox's ashes. That's what I'm going with.
Like, what is the daughter who I guess will snort anything? Apparently?
I was hoping for like a Pulp Fiction moment though.
Right. I mean, kind of.
Everybody
not
came
as fun.
Everybody
was there. She invited all her friends.
Yeah.
But it was like, how did you even know you could snort that? It like when she took it out, it sounded like the feeling of glitter.
See, this is why.
And she was like, "Let me snort this."
You didn't watch or haven't watched Snowfall yet.
No.
So you don't know who Wanda is.
No.
If you did, you wouldn't
glitter?
be asking that question. Because you get to a point.
The bag was like this big.
You get to a point in addiction. Not that I know.
You're like, what?
He's about to.
Is it a Smartie? I will snort it.
You get to a point where the questions don't have to come now.
After the fact.
If at all.
You're like, what did I just do?
Did you enjoy it? You know what I'm saying?
That's the real question.
Is the only question in Neon Lights.
Is that how you sum up this entire series?
They snorted glitter pixie sticks and had
They don't know what the fuck they snorted.
No idea what they snorted.
It could have been the ground up testicles of the fucking
Thanos. Like
Dark Star was his name?
Oh yeah.
No, it was Black Star.
Black Star.
And all I heard in my head.
Black Star.
All I heard in my head.
What you heard?
I was Black Star music.
He's listening. He's reading the book. I'm sure that everybody out listening agree. If you start spitting bars out of it, fire. Anyway.
That's what I was hearing in my head. Was there like a most interesting character for y'all?
Most interesting character. Yeah. I mean, if we're going off just the show itself, not like my wants and needs.
No. I want to know your wants and needs when it comes to the show. Yeah, your own personal. Yeah.
Like, to be honest, I was really interested in that Asian dude, but then he died.
Oh, Tectonic?
Yes, the way he was moving the ground and like that shit was crazy. And I realized it was the same guy in the club that was talking to him. I was like, this guy's like, you need to chill, hang out, have a nice night. And I was like, yes, this dude's right.
Twin daughters, beautiful wife.
I really liked him.
Widow now.
I know. But if I had to pick a live one, I think that the black girl, because like she didn't get enough time. Though, not the one with the bad.
Fitz's daughter?
Yeah, Fitz's daughter.
The one that has the same light power?
Mm-hmm. Because she didn't get enough time, too. But she had the most level head.
I'm sorry, I don't remember her hero name or whatever. Fitz's daughter, I'm sorry.
How do I, actually? I don't know if it was
vocalized. See how she didn't have enough time?
It was vocalized at least twice.
Twice is not enough in the episodes.
No.
I'm not saying it is, but I know that they did mention
it.
Yeah.
But she came in the most smart about it, especially when it was like questioning the code. She was like, look, this is real life. I might leave because no one's listening to us, and I don't think this code works anymore. And you're like, girl, that's what everybody's been saying. You're right.
Her dad was like, no, I feel you. He was like,
right. He's like, you should tell. You can go if you need to.
Like,
It stays. Walt is actually
That's
still
the brother, right?
I was gonna say, well,
Brainwave.
TV show wise,
Yeah, it's like
Brainwave.
Because at first I was like, this dude is interesting. The way his suave, debonair uncle.
Yeah, his mustache.
But then the way he was grilling the daughter, his niece, I was like, what is this about?
And they were like, cheeky cheeky.
It was
like,
weird.
It was
at
very
first.
weird.
so weird.
I was like, but then as you go on, you realize that's his character.
That's his thing.
And I'm
I
like,
thought he
oh,
was
alright,
hitting on the
cool.
son on the roof for a second too. I was like,
And I thought he was kind of hitting her, looking at the daughter like that.
yeah.
And I'm no longer
Same.
interested in this character.
No. That's the vibe I got before I understood the dynamic, and then I was
Yeah.
like, okay,
Right,
that's
yeah,
same.
he's
same,
just
same,
a
same.
He's
creep,
just
kind of like a
creepy.
creeper.
And by the end, you kind of get the idea of why he lays that all out.
he's Captain Petty.
He is petty.
You know,
Petty
that's
Wop.
my brother.
Eddie LaBelle.
Tom
Yeah.
Petty.
Now, whether or not the turn that he takes at the end for the audience lands with you,
It's different.
you know, it's
I
different.
don't know.
I thought it was done well enough.
It was, yeah, that seems
But
done well enough.
I thought it was
That's the
done
whole
well
show.
enough. That's the whole show. Let me see. Who's the most interesting for me?
Black Star.
Legs.
No, I
he was
did
like not even in the
I
show.
did not like Black Star. They might have killed the most interesting one for me.
Yeah, same with me.
The daughter. I like the Walt's daughter.
Oh,
The one that
that's
also
true.
had.
She was
I
really
liked how
cool.
she used her powers, and she was also on top of that. She was a ninja.
Right,
Yeah.
she was an assassin.
Yeah, like her dad. Like, yeah, he's really powerful with his Professor X shit. Which, by the way, all I thought about was Professor X.
Yeah.
I was like, you manipulative motherfucker. Because that's who Professor X is in the comics.
Yeah.
You
Just
could love him or hate him.
But he's
Well,
a
I
manipulator.
mean,
But he started
James
off the bat like
McAvoy.
that.
Not very different.
But
Fact, Chris, what's
I think they killed off the most interesting thing because she was like a ninja. She went and was honing her physical fighting abilities as well as her mental abilities.
Yeah.
I'm kind of hoping, and please nobody spoil it if they've read the comic or anything that this is based on. I don't want to know. Maybe his daughter is better than he thinks.
Right,
Maybe.
she like puts herself back together.
Yeah,
or something.
maybe she was like, that ain't me, Dad, stupid, and she was like,
Right, she was a
astral projection.
hologram.
drinking tea or something behind.
That could be cool.
Like Loki.
Because he was I got the impression he was doing that while he was talking to his brother, kind of like on some two places at once astral project type
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
That's the vibe I got. So maybe she was
Did the same?
Something.
Be
Wow.
She
interesting?
made it look like he did what
yeah,
he
because
needed
she was
to
mad
do.
interesting, and he owes $1
She
million.
was.
So get the fuck out of here, 50 million actually.
Yeah, I do hope that same thing because it would also make sense that she's slick like that.
Let her be nice too.
No, I'm just saying that she's like slick.
No, I'm saying let her be nice with it
okay.
too,
Yeah,
not just his
yeah,
dad.
Yeah.
I mean,
And not dead.
If he has it like that, then what the fuck are you gonna do? But we'll
Yeah.
see.
I still don't. Before we like ended up, I still don't understand why the brother is so mad though. Like I don't.
I think it all
Get
boils
it.
down to that one moment. He's like, "If you'd have listened to me, Dad would have."
Oh, would have
That
been
whole
alive.
moment of him not being heard is his gigantic character flaw, and he's gonna carry that shit to the grave.
Which is what makes his powers interesting
I
because
was
he
gonna
can
say
hear all
he
your
got the
thoughts,
mind thing.
right? And he still can't get people to listen to him.
Mhm.
So that whole dynamic, I guess, he tried to leverage Skyfox or whatever the guy that turned out to be the villain for them.
Their names were the worst.
George.
It was the 30s, man. It was
Yeah.
the 30s.
So the
Man, I mean, it's Skyfox.
Sheldon,
Man.
Shell, whatever the fuck.
Sheldon.
He seemed to trust that guy George before he would trust his own brother, and maybe there was a falling
which
out.
kind
and
of.
that's what made
Samsonite.
Skyfox,
Made sense.
go bad.
Hey.
And the guy, the Skyfox's son, who he's interesting because he's a mixed race character, so I don't know who.
I know. I was like, what black lady did he have a baby with?
I don't know.
We'll see. Hopefully.
His son, all his lines felt like they were delivered like voiceover lines, like voice
Yeah.
actor lines.
Mm.
Like there was a little bit
agree.
more to it. Like it was weird. I like this little group. That group,
Yeah, they were
was dope.
cool.
their powers were dope.
Yeah, and they were like literally just ragtag. Like
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they had a cool van, which I hope the van gets fixed.
they all had pretty cool powers.
And they had like a reverse pyro because he was Australian sounding, but he
Yeah.
had ice powers.
Yeah.
So I was like,
And
you
then the
make
other
no
girl was
sense.
like the scream thing. She was like, right? She was
Well,
doing
I don't
the
know if it
voice
was
thing.
sound.
No?
It was some kind of force
It's a
thing.
wave.
Because she was hitting her home girl with it, and then they used it
That's
to
right.
fly.
And then she
Yeah.
flew.
Although Banshee does that in the comics. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, my man got a scream to fly.
Yeah, he like did a scream,
Yeah.
but the scream was howl.
Yeah.
She didn't
She didn't
scream.
scream.
Yeah.
So I
she
don't know
just
what-
True, she did the
with
cool
her-
hand movements like.
Yeah, pulse wave stuff. And then the other girl had like lasers or something.
something like that because she could also fly.
But
Something
she-
with light. like Jubilee.
Yeah, but it had propulsion.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
They
they were cool. I want to see more.
They were really cool. Woo. Well, I guess we don't rate TV shows, so.
No, we just tell people to watch it or not.
Yeah, I mean, I think people should watch it. Honestly, there's not really a reason not to.
Right now, yeah, nah. It's not like you got 55 other million brand new things to watch, sort of,
Right.
kind of.
Yeah.
But if you're into the genre, rock with it. If you're into a long con, rock with it more.
Yeah.
I'd say if you have not already exhausted all other, quality superhero things that are out there, including more obscure, less talked about things like Doom Patrol, whatever.
Oh
on
my
HBO Max.
God.
If you've already exhausted all that in the genre, like Fran said, then you're not gonna go wrong watching this. It'll give you a fix. But let's say you wait and then Loki comes out. I'm gonna call it right now.
Watch Loki.
Watch Loki. Then you're totally gonna forget about Jupiter's Legacy.
Dead ass.
You're like, oh well, I never watched that.
It's just not gonna grab you in the same way.
No.
But yeah.
All right.
Wild mid. That's it.
So the problem with our next section is that none of us watch these trailers.
Speak for yourself.
None of us watch these.
Speak for
Did
yourself.
So you watched them? Do you want to talk
Name
about
them. Name.
Aretha,
Yes.
The movie's Respect, right?
Snake Eyes.
No.
No.
Okay. Venom 2.
Yes.
Oh, you watched it too?
Yeah.
Did I watch it?
I don't
When
know.
did it come out?
It's been like a week.
I would say like a week and a half.
Do we want people to watch me watch it?
No. I think that's
You guys talk about
that'll
it
get us demonetized.
out.
You want us to talk about it while you watch it?
While I'm watching it. I'm like, oh my God, you're right.
Woody
Look at
Harrelson
that.
is.
Okay, so this is what we're going to do then. Then you guys describe to me.
I love it.
Let's start with Aretha. First of all, I already know that it's starring Jennifer Hudson, and it's going to be way better than the other one that the family asked them to boycott.
Well, Jennifer Hudson is in this movie, Aretha. Not
Aretha?
called.
Aretha? No, I'm kidding.
Aretha?
You think I'm Jimmy Fallon?
Falone.
You think I'm gonna act like, oh my God, I'm canceled? You think I'm gonna just freak out like that? I mispronounce shit on here all the time.
No,
It's not Aretha.
definitely
It's Aretha.
I know that, but I don't panic.
Frank Lawn.
Frank Lawn
Franklin.
with an I.
Snowfall. Okay, all right.
It's like 2 degrees of snowfall. Not
Bro,
even
I
6.
honestly, it's not that it's that great of a show. It's good, but there's a lot of.
Should we talk about snow? Other people are talking about snowfall, to be honest.
It's
All right, let's
there's
talk
a
about
meme
it.
every episode. That's what I'm saying.
Everybody's talking about
If you can get
Amina watches it.
if you can get a meme an episode out of a show,
What happened on Aretha?
Aretha, tell me. Okay.
she started selling. No, that's
Ooh.
Oh,
Snowfall.
I think that was
she
Billie Holiday.
the trailer has that part in movies about musicians and singers that for me either makes or breaks the movie, and that's when they're like trying to write a song.
Lowest. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
No, when so it shows in the trailer she's trying to.
Aretha
She's trying to write
a song.
Respect,
Oh my God. Okay.
which is I think the name of the film.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's that moment where like, what was that? The movie with Freddie Mercury, they kind of just
Bohemian Rhapsody.
it just came to them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But like with the Elton John one, with
No,
the guy you like, Edgerton, Taron,
He's
right?
great.
Is it Taron?
Taron Egerton.
Shout out to Taron Egerton.
He did great. I think he got the
Like when I compare those two movies, I enjoy how Elton John got to his songs.
Yeah.
The more than the way that Queen seemed to
this
stumble
film.
into them. I don't. It's weird, but
I feel
like
like it's probably not
all these
accurate.
movies have those moments.
They do.
Right.
So in the trailer, they're showing you up front that moment,
It's a big moment.
and for me,
It's a miss.
yeah.
Is that all they show?
No.
Oh.
There's more.
'Cause you know, like sometimes trailers you have just like one.
That's a
scene.
bad opening, though. You should never open
That is a
with
bad
that.
opening.
But they
You
put
could
it in
end
the
with
trailer. Maybe it lands better in the film, but
Right.
for the trailer, for me, I was like, I don't think she was actually spelling this out.
She was like R
How do you spell
R.E.M.?
P-E.
Walk hard.
C-T. I love that movie. Why isn't there a single to the Dewey Cox story?
There isn't.
There's not.
No! You telling
Like,
me
there's
Jenna
so
Fisher
much
got something
music.
better to do?
There's so much music in that.
Walk hard.
Walk.
Get me
hard.
a sequel.
It's not habit forming.
You're all over the place.
Sorry. Okay, continue.
So that was a
So
refresh.
then,
I'd give that movie a try. Anyway, so the trailer did not make me want to see the movie more than I already did.
Okay.
But it will probably be worth watching for the Jennifer Hudson performance.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah.
And we'll see how that goes. But like I said, it's possible that it lands better in the film, but in the trailer it was kind of come on.
Well, it said
Maybe with another song, it would have been more compelling if she's trying to harmonize the notes and she's writing.
Right.
And you get that moment of discovery.
Yeah.
But the R.E.S.P.E.C. that was kind of like.
Was it cringy?
You knew it was coming.
It was cringy.
It's funny because the Aretha's family told people to boycott the Cynthia Erivo story because they were like, we tried to reach out to them, they refused to call us back, so we have no input in that movie and it's probably wildly incorrect.
Well,
So they were like, don't go. But I think that don't quote me on it, I think they did endorse this one. So,
Okay.
but don't quote me on that.
all right. What's next? What trailer's
Okay,
next?
Snake Eyes.
That's the trailer we didn't see.
Yeah, we didn't see that
well,
either.
I saw GIFs of it.
So did I.
Gifs.
Animated GIFs.
What is it?
It's Snake Eyes. G.I.
Oh,
Joe.
okay,
Yeah.
G.I. Joe. Okay. That's what
But
I
it's
thought.
with Henry Golding.
Oh, right, the one, Crazy Rich Asians, the model.
Yeah.
The model is playing Snake Eyes.
That guy.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense.
I don't know if it has to. I want to see this movie more than I do that one that came out with The Rock. Wasn't he in a G.I.
Yeah,
Joe
there was
movie?
like three of
Rise
those.
of Cobra.
Yeah, I don't care about that movie.
There's like literally
I've
three
never
of those.
seen that movie. I have no interest in watching that
I've
movie.
seen the first one.
But this one I want to watch because Snake Eyes was the most interesting thing
It's about him, like
in the other
totally.
G.I. Joe live action movies.
Yeah,
So
it's always the most interesting.
and
Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow. That's all you want to see.
yeah, and people thought this was just going to be Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow,
That's
but
what I
in the
thought.
gifs that I saw,
Oh,
there are many more G.I. Joe and Janes. G.I. Joes and Janes.
G.I. Joes and J.
What do you?
Or just
there are more
G.I.
GIs.
GIs. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them.
A bunch of them.
A bunch
Right?
of them.
Yes.
There are.
There's a bunch of G.I. Theys. Yeah.
I was trying to think of like, you know how there's like nibblings, GI.
You just made all of this hair just stand up.
GI. Just GIs.
Giblings?
Just Giblings.
No.
Studio Giblings.
No.
Oh my god.
No.
I hate to break it to you, but
Oh,
That's what G.I. Joes
Speaking
are
of that, I
now.
don't know if you heard the mangaka of Berserk.
oh yeah.
Yeah, he passed away. Murata, I think. Yeah, he passed away. Heart
Relatively
failure.
young.
Yeah, he was like 50-something years
Everyone,
old.
we gotta take care of our hearts.
He started Berserk in '89.
In his teens.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in '89.
Whoa.
The thing is, like, Berserk is highly touted as one of the, like, some of the best artwork and writing in a manga possibly ever. Like, people put that up there. It's disturbing. Has a lot of shit in it
I've
that's
never
like,
read
Grew with him. Essentially, as he grew up,
Yeah.
he wrote it for mad
yeah,
long.
and his artwork, you know, so he didn't get to finish because it was still going on.
Aw.
And
Is someone
yeah,
gonna pick up the mantle?
I don't think that's how that works.
Oh.
Because
It's in
I
his
think
head.
we briefly touched on that. Like when it comes to manga as an art form, I don't want to go too far, but we're saying it's very unique because as much as we love Stan Lee was not doing the art and writing.
Right.
He
had
was just
people.
writing, and
Right.
Jack Kirby or somebody else was
Right.
doing the art.
And he was like a good producer. He knew who to put in the room.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But my point is, in American comic books, for the most part, you have a team.
Yeah.
You know, but in manga, it's much more personal.
All
the
in your
manga,
head.
yeah, and the mangaka is writing and doing most of the artwork. Sometimes they'll have a team to help fill in gaps or do this, and
Right.
clean up a thing with it. But it's and they work so much out of the year.
Right. Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
get
No, I
breaks.
know about that.
So
It's
yeah,
intense.
it's
All right.
yeah.
So we don't know anything about Snake Eyes.
No,
Not this time.
Not this time. Venom 2.
that we saw.
That we saw.
No, we did not.
We are in.
You
Nice.
too.
We
Okay.
collaborated.
I mean, I know what it's about.
You
Venom.
think you do?
But I have no idea.
Oh, damn it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I watch MTV. Does MTV still exist?
No. Tom Cruise sent that back a long time ago.
He's like, no more of this.
No.
All right.
I think that the the Toretto family bought MTV.
So Venom 2.
Venom 2
Venom 2
is a love story between Carnage and Venom. They go on dates.
Actually,
It's not that far.
yeah, you're not.
They met on Tinder.
It's a very twisted father-son love story.
Yeah.
Ew, I just said they met on Tinder.
No, you
said that,
Yeah,
and it would have
we
been
didn't say
Grinder, but
Oh, okay.
neither here nor
True.
there. It was like,
that. We're
what?
genderizing symbiotes.
Just for you. But what's it? Oh my god, it's mad quirky. The trailer, Venom 2 trailer is wild quirky. Let there be carnage.
Yes.
It's the subtitle. It's mad quirky, and it's directed by Andy Serkis.
Oh, right. I remember this.
So there's these moments of very. It's a character depth that maybe me and Mike are familiar with because we read the comics. Where they drop him in this trailer is character development that's so far ahead of the first movie. It's just like,
Yeah.
how much time went by? Because he goes through a
Really?
whole I'm gonna kill everybody,
I
eat
think-
everybody.
I think
phase.
Are we doing like 5 years later? The blip happened.
There's a gap.
It's
There's-
gotta be a gap.
No, there is. I think they confirmed it already. It's like
Did he get blipped?
no.
I don't know if
No, he's not in the same universe.
Remember, it's a different universe.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
This is the Sony verse.
But Spider-Man is, and aren't they gonna meet?
They said, but now they're not.
Oh
No,
my
no.
god.
This is the thing. Andy Serkis said when this trailer dropped, he was very candid. He said, "Look, we're telling our own story here. This is, our little part of the universe, our own little universe. As far as I know, we're not connected to. It's an association with still.
Yeah, Marvel is associated with Marvel
There
Studios.
might be a Spider-Man in the Venom universe. It might even be Tom Holland playing that Spider-Man. But that Spider-Man is
Okay.
not the
So
Spider-Man
we can
from
invoke
the MCU.
multiverse in this if
Yeah,
we
yeah,
wanted to.
yeah. No, we have to.
They have to. They don't have a
Okay.
choice unless Doctor
Got it.
Strange brings all this shit together somehow magically.
Yeah.
Right, got it. Okay.
Emphasis
okay.
on magically.
But there is a time gap. I think it's like a year and a half or some
Yeah,
shit.
They
It's
always
a long
make
time.
these time gaps. That's like not enough time for me though. Like what we've been watching Star Trek Discovery and they're like, it's been a whole year, and I'm like, and
But
that's why
it
your
looks like
hair is
5.
10 feet long.
But when did the first Venom movie come out?
2017.
It's been a while. Yes, it's been.
2017?
Look it up.
Not
You're the.
2018?
It has to be like 2017.
I think it was 2018.
I mean, he might be right. Maybe 2018.
I would say 2018. But the point is, when that first Venom movie came out, I don't remember if we all agreed, but for me, I said it felt like a 90s
Yeah.
superhero movie, not in like a homage type way.
2018.
2018, okay. It felt already like an outdated story.
Yeah,
So when I go to see this one, if the trailer's any indication,
They're gonna bump it
yeah,
up.
like Fran said, it feels like they've accelerated some things.
Okay.
And Eddie is very much in sync with
Are they
with his
still
symbiote.
like doing the comedy love story thing
yeah,
they were doing?
yeah, they're still doing that. The symbiote is its own entity, and it's making breakfast.
But it was like a serious anti-hero now. It's like, oh my
I don't
god, I
know if
really
they're
want to
going
help people.
anti-hero.
Kind
I don't
of.
know where they're going because, like Fran said, he's not eating anybody.
Yeah, it looks
Right.
like full,
Thinking about it, though.
looks like full hero with an edge.
Yeah, with the edge.
A little. It's almost. I
As
dare
long as
say
Tom
that
Hardy eats a burger, he's fine.
it's reaching. It's reaching for. It's reaching for. It's reaching for Deadpool, kind of absurdity, but that character is much cooler when he's bad.
I was gonna say that's gonna make the
like,
story real weird.
almost bad. This kind of foolish Venom. I'm not
I
really
love
fan.
Venom.
The look, like the aesthetics and all that in the trailer, like Woody Harrelson looked like Cletus Cassidy.
Yeah.
Even though I wish they made the movie 10 years earlier because younger Woody.
Right.
Carnage in the trailer, what little we see of him,
The CGI is good.
looks like fucking Carnage. Like he looks good.
Okay.
So I'm hoping put together they make a good movie here, but I don't know. My expectations are still low, but they're
Yes.
higher than they were for the original.
Very much so.
Okay.
My homie Michael, shout out Michael, fell asleep in the original and Venom's his favorite character.
When
He
did he
was-
fall asleep? Because I fell asleep too in the theater
Yes, he did too.
during the
Wow.
final
Together.
fight.
I think he may have been. I
He
think he
was
may have been
very
roused
upset.
by then, like by the sounds.
I fell asleep during that big fight at the end with was it Dev Patel?
Riz Ahmed,
Reason
Dev
Med. Sorry, no, Dev Patel's in
the
the
pilot.
Green Knight.
Green Knight. Yeah, sorry.
Oh yeah. Can't wait till
That's a
that
good
comes
trailer.
out.
It is,
Yeah.
but yeah, trailer happened. Meh. I was like, I'm expectations low. Excited to see Woody Harrelson. Wish we had a time machine and got Natural Born Kills Woody Harrelson.
Me too.
Would have took this to the next level.
It would have been method. He's already method acting as Cletus Cassidy already. But yeah, I want to see this movie. The trailer made me want to see this movie, and to me, that's a win for them if they got me to say that when I'm saying that I fell asleep during the original.
I mean, to be honest, we all want to see any movie.
No, that's not true.
What?
There's plenty of movies I don't give a fuck about that I
I
won't see no
will
matter
go
what.
to the movie theater right now.
Not to watch any old thing.
To watch, like, I don't know,
Don't make me do
Vanessa
it.
Hudgens and Selena Gomez go on a tea party. I will watch that shit.
I used to really miss the
whatever.
movie theater very much.
No.
Watch that
But
shit.
I know I could put together a movie and a cast that you're not gonna be with. Anyway.
None of the times.
All the times. All right, we did it. That was a good show.
Wow. We're rating ourselves now at the end of the
I would
episode?
give
What
us
do you think?
10 mosquitoes. 10 of them. Going in and out of time.
This is Aisha's
edited terribly.
This is Aisha's cosplay as a parademon.
Yeah. And then they have goggles on, because that's what the first ones looked like.
I want to send my apologies out to Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah. He was a better mosquito.
He was a fly.
He was a fly.
I don't know. He deserves better than this.
Ugh, it's disgusting. Anyway,
Anyone else excited for the Knives Out 2 casting? news?
Knives Out 2. When is that happening?
Not soon enough. They just added more people.
Guys. Okay, it's a pandemic. Gotta wait.
Gotta wait.
I ain't gotta wait for shit. I'm
Gotta
vaccinated.
I wonder how many celebrities are totally vaccinated. They're like, we're ready. We're filming.
Not
Let's do
Letitia
this.
Wright.
So I was walking. Speaking of vaccination, and we're already in bonus time.
Bonus time.
I was
Bonus.
walking to get you your patties.
Yes.
And
But
I'm walking with confidence and speed.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm walking, and there's a big glass you can see inside. I'm like, oh, there are only 2 people in there. Good. And I was looking already how I could squeeze in. And then I see the big sign. 2 customers at a time, please.
So you couldn't get in.
And so I was like, I backed up onto the curb.
You're like, I'm next.
12 feet from, let the person leave. I let both of them leave.
Yeah, I mean, might as well. It's a very tiny place.
And then an old lady showed up. I
You
let
had
her
to
go
let her go
ahead.
ahead.
No, I let her go ahead.
Okay.
And I'm not saying this to pat myself on the back.
You're like, I'm a nice
But
person.
what I'm saying is, I was walking around with these blinders because I've been vaccinated. But not every, there's still rules.
Right.
And
Still rules.
you can't just walk around Knives Out,
Yeah, you can. All right. Thanks, everyone who is listening to this, for listening in.
Yeah.
And everyone who has chimed in. If you are watching us now, stick around. We're going to look at some of your comments, answer some of your questions.
Christian was very
But
chatty.
check us next time when we talk about, I don't know, what's coming out?
There's a lot.
There's a lot happening. Are we going to, is it going to be Loki time by that time?
No.
No, not
Damn
quite.
it.
No, not yet.
Taking
It
forever.
won't be Loki time. But
Really close.
there's some movies coming out.
There's some things, Bad Batches. We got some things we can talk
We gotta
about.
watch Bad Batch. We haven't watched that.
I don't know if I'd be able to talk about Bad Batch, because, yes, everyone, I've never watched Clone Wars.
You don't have to watch Clone Wars. I didn't watch Clone Wars.
You didn't
The
watch
only
Clone
thing
They show up in the final season. That's the only reason to watch the final season.
Yeah, that's
So I
it.
watched that one episode?
No, all I
ostensibly.
watched in Clone Wars in the entirety, no lie, the only thing I watched in Clone Wars was episodes with Ahsoka in it. If she wasn't in it, I didn't watch it.
I'll do that.
You could give me that look all
There's
you want.
probably
That's all I
like-
did.
There's probably like a cut you can watch on YouTube. It's like, oh, it's
I skipped
Probably.
like at least 20, 30
I learned
episodes.
recently that I'm a completionist, so
Oh.
I didn't know that about
For
myself.
Star Wars, I'm not.
For most things, if I
I'm saying-
start it, I'm like, all right.
I'm not for Star Wars.
All right. Before we get to argue on Star Wars, because we can do that forever. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Catch us next time. And next time, if you're listening to this, watch us live. Enjoy our beautiful faces. And I make a lot of hand gestures. You missed all my mosquito movements.
I don't have an arm in my way, so now I could use my arm.
Yeah. We have new mics. Check us out.
New mic for Mike. You know what I mean?
Out.
Yeah. So that's over. But
That's
you're still
over.
Here.
You're still here.
Christian, bless your heart, bro. You the chat
He's
god.
like, you will read my
I gotta,
comments.
Okay.
have a talk.
me.
I gotta have a talk with him.
Witness me.
I'm
Witness
about to have a
me.
talk with him.
Ooh, this chat was lit.
Who chimed in?
Let's
Al
see.
Christian
in.
Al Cortez in the building.
Yeah,
Does anyone have any
Cortez.
questions?
Liz is here. Star what? Exactly.
Hey.
Exactly.
Star what? What do you mean?
Like we were talking
Star-Lord?
about Star Wars.
Oh yeah.
And how
We can't do it.
France said he's a completionist, and I'm saying
I am 100% Star Wars fan.
There's a
just
character
'cause I
on
saw it
Bad
as a
Batch
kid.
look like Rambo.
I know. I've
Oh,
seen
Hunter,
that guy.
yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that guy.
Look, he knows names.
I still don't really understand if they're like messed up clones, why they look so much different.
Well, that's the idea. Is that
They're like way
They're
different
the
looking.
bad.
they literally are
But like
defective.
a big bad, like that one. Okay, you look like
Deviants.
They're literally deviants.
Ooh.
Where they're
like
you know,
serious.
they're not really defects. They're just specialized.
they're just
Everyone
kids.
else is like base everything, and these guys are like.
Someone literally had sex and had kids, and they were like, "Whoops, yeah, those are Bad Batch clones." Oh my god!
Wait a minute.
She's saying.
You
yeah.
saying somebody dipped the toe in the goo?
I'm saying like
More to the
it
toe.
doesn't make any sense. You don't look nothing like the other clones.
They do. They all look exactly. They look almost exactly like them. The
Rambo guy.
Rambo one looks exactly like them, but he
He looks
painted,
like
he
Charlton
has a-
Heston.
He has a skull, freaking. He has a skull tattooed on his face and a red bandana. He literally is Rambo.
He's Rambo.
I was like, but he looks
Space
exactly like the other
Rambo.
one. One of them is mad big. The other one is like
Like big where?
his whole body. He's like called Wrecker. He's like mad strong.
Wrecker?
Wrecker.
Again,
But they say with the accent,
you know
Wrecker.
what? There were some scientists who was like,
One is a sharpshooter. That's the one who
But
like
it
Charlton
was
Heston is the
hilarious.
sharpshooter.
Star Wars is the most racist franchise in existence.
what? Billy
In
D.
existence, Jill.
Billy
Nah.
D.
Okay,
Williams.
it's the most racist popular franchise. in
No.
existence. You can't just throw accents around like that.
Unless someone messed with the DNA.
Oh, I'm big. I'm Wrecker. You can't just do that.
Australia.
I don't think that's right.
For folks who don't know, we are live on Twitch also right now.
Yeah, we're
Yes.
we're supposed to be.
If our Twitch is not working,
Simulcasting.
tell us.
Feel free to holler, but yeah.
Yeah,
it
we
was
should
supposed
be
to
on
up
Facebook, YouTube, and our Twitch.
simultaneously. But
Okay. What else did people say?
people are like, oh, no, there's no real question. It's really just a lot of plugs from Christian. Although someone did ask.
Jupiter's
Nerd
Legacy
Gen-
was not great.
Yeah, but Nerd Gen also asked how we like the suits.
Oh, I
that's a good
honestly didn't like the suits.
I didn't
Full
like.
stop.
I thought they were like quality looking,
Yes.
but
I
the
didn't like the
designs,
style,
yeah,
yeah.
the designs weren't so interesting.
weird.
The designs were asked. It was very like pop. It looked stupid, but it looked how
Yeah.
it would look in a comic book.
Man, intricate.
But did they
but
have
the
them since
texture-
the 30s?
Yeah, that-
There's a texture on
Yeah.
the suits that's the same as the writing on the wall.
Yeah.
That was cool as shit.
I
I'm
did like
alright.
that.
You can see that really clearly on
What's her face?
Utopian.
Utopian. I wanted to call
Yeah.
him Omni Man. I don't know why.
Because
By the way,
because he
Think
would
Paragon. Think.
By the way,
he would be.
Utopian ain't touching
No,
Omni Man. He ain't.
he can obviously
touching,
be killed.
Homelander. Okay, he
Oh
ain't
my
touching none of that.
But you see how we put them all together? They're all the same type. Like they have little pieces of each other. It's weird.
yeah,
That's not wrong.
we're stronger together.
There's there's a lot of input on the kind of Twitch panels we could have
Ooh,
around
please let
emotes
us
and all
know.
those types of things.
Whoa, we're not there with emotes.
Some of which
yet.
What
things,
is
some
an
of which
emote?
things you earn
Whoa.
as
I don't even know what
an
that
affiliate
is.
of Twitch. You earn some of those
Oh, okay.
teams, but
Is it
Got a
like little
little-
dudes
Got
coming around?
one of those in the chat.
Oh, okay.
like I know this dude has whenever someone subs, it plays a GIF of Terry Crews in White Chicks going. But that's the I was like that's
In what?
Can we get the
What the fuck?
that? We could, right?
I want that so bad.
I found that.
Why? Get out of my head, Walt.
I knew what he was gonna say.
All right. Yeah, that's what I want.
That's what we need.
Anytime somebody like follows,
Yeah. Oh, then the little sound.
instead of that little
What the
happy
fuck?
chime shit,
What the
We'll be like,
fuck?
thanks.
I have it.
I have it too.
What is he saying? Yes, you can. Yo, that
literally
was
have
so
it.
accessible.
I
I'm
have it.
upset.
That's what I'm saying. I have it
It's
on.
like on your front screen.
It's on my home screen of my phone. That's, when I say I have something,
I got it right.
I have it right
It's
here.
right here, any
Oh,
moment.
my God.
This ain't no E.T.
Yo, I
Elliot
would use
shit.
that all the time. If I was like on the train, some shit happened, just like, what the fuck? Like, all the time. I would do that.
You know how E.T. told Elliot, I'm right here, but then zoomed halfway across the galaxy? That ain't me. That ain't me.
Okay, what else? Good show, guys. Thanks.
Who said that?
Christian.
Oh, thank you, Christian.
I've never watched what?
That's Liz saying she never watched Star Wars, and then Chris
Oh, right.
saying
Oh, that's fine.
he never watched Clone Wars. Don't feel bad.
Okay.
Yeah, Liz, I didn't watch Star Wars until I was like 19, 20 years old.
You like can't really watch it as an adult, like to be honest.
I mean, I was an adult, but I'm saying Star Wars is that thing that is passed on.
Yeah.
A lot of is a generational thing, and there was nobody in my family who fucked with Star Wars like that.
Yeah.
So I was actually forced to watch Episode 4 in between Sunday school and Sunday night church by my cousin. She took me to our house.
We're gonna do this. That's it.
She was like, "No, you're gonna sit
Been
there
too long.
and you're gonna watch Star Wars." She goes, "You cannot have watched Star Wars," meaning me.
I mean,
You
she
know?
was right. How you gonna operate?
How can I be a part of this over here?
You didn't
Two
want,
nerds
but
not
it
watching.
makes more sense how you can be more judgy of it
Yeah, but we need
because
that.
we're of course.
Because I'm OD devoted. I strike critic where I see something, but
I can say
Light
it
side,
sucks, but I
Light
still love
side, you gray side.
it. Yeah.
I
was like,
who I am when it comes to Star Wars.
for sure.
It's true.
That's
You
true.
want to say I'm wrong?
I don't.
It's true.
Because you can.
I won't.
Whatever. I'm sitting here with 2 Slytherins and a Gryffindor.
Snake Gang, what up?
Slytherins.
Christian asked. Question.
What did he say?
He asked this specifically to Aisha, even though
Okay.
he did not indicate that.
Okay, this is for
He
me.
said, "Who would you want to be in the Jupiter Legacy?
Who would I want to
Jupiter
be?
first, yeah.
Mm-hmm. In the Jupiter's Legacy universe, who would you want to be?
He already volunteered that he will be Nick of Time.
Of course,
Oh my
of
god,
course you
yeah.
fucking
Why
would.
would you not? That
Jesus
was-
Christ, man! Oh, you know what though? That's a step up.
That guy was dope.
That's a step up because I thought you'd want to be the guy's son.
He
with
was
the stick,
funny
with
though
the-
when he was like, yeah, like your dad though, like put in a good word.
She sent him through the wall.
Yeah, her own wall.
That's weird. Before you answer the question, isn't that weird though? They all get powers, but they all have like that same subset of powers where they
Yeah.
all are super durable, fast, and strong.
Well, that's what I was thinking about. I'm like,
And they
okay,
fly.
who would I want to be? They all have the same powers, but then like some people
Everybody.
have like extra.
And then how
Right?
do other people have powers?
I'm guessing it was
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to
You,
understand.
you know what though? When the island farted,
right?
when the island did the
They
thing,
all got the things on
not
there.
all of them.
The guy,
The captain definitely did.
because
Although
they
he
were
was
like
dark skinned.
But no, but they were like they needed him. He was a part of the vision.
Yeah. Ooh, the captain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's why he was like, when we need the boat, and he was like, go find someone else. And he was
Had
like,
to be
we
you.
can't find someone else.
Yeah, it has to be you. So maybe, but yeah, maybe that's
Maybe
that
that did.
that fart, like touched other people.
Yeah, everyone smelled it. Everyone.
What do you want to call it?
I don't want to call it anything.
The
It looked
reverberations,
The
the
sound wave. I don't know. It wasn't
Nah,
sound.
it wasn't
the
sound.
flatulence.
The fart sounded better than
It
that.
did. That's what it was. It was like brrr.
It was. It was like.
over.
Okay, wait. So who would I
gnome.
want to be?
Yeah, we won't be.
I don't know. Like the guy's son keeps coming into mind, but the problem is that his power is tied to that thing. But that
So
thing
about Sky
is so
Fox's son.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot his name. Was it Kevin?
I actually don't
Am I just
remember.
making that up?
Chief.
Black Zac
It was
Efron?
Seth.
Yeah.
He would.
Black
He was
Efron.
not black.
No.
Zac Efron.
He looks just like him in the face.
No, he does
doesn't.
not.
I
He looks
bet.
more like the guy from Jessica Jones
Yeah.
than
The
black
one they kept
Zac
wanting us to
Efron.
care about.
Yeah, and,
And
he
I'm
did
like,
the drugs, and then
yeah,
he
I'm
didn't
like,
do
I
the
don't care.
drugs.
Yeah.
And then he was like really angry for some reason in the last season.
Yeah.
He became a lawyer. Doesn't matter.
He did.
No, he,
wait,
wait,
what?
he did? No, he doesn't.
No, he did
Not a lawyer.
In
but
real life, he's a
it's
lawyer.
like, what do you call it again? Like a
A
paralegal?
detective?
A non-homeless person?
He
Yeah,
worked
he wasn't
with
homeless.
Terry Hogarth. Like,
Yeah, but she just
Oh,
he
he
was
wasn't in
was
the
the
firm.
muscle. No, he was the
Yeah,
muscle.
but he wasn't in the firm.
he was just getting coffee and stuff.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
his suit-
wasn't.
his suit-
And killing people.
He was rocking that Henry
He was
Ford. I was
killing
like,
people
okay.
for it.
Yeah, but that you can't work for her if you're not.
Dressed
Okay,
in Tom
okay.
Ford.
I would either be the black girl because black girls rock, or I'd be
Which
the guy
black girl?
with the
There were,
thing.
like, 3
Oh,
of
the one
them.
with the hair.
The Bantu knots?
No, the other hair.
The long hair. Oh,
Puffy hair.
Fitz's daughter.
Fitz's daughter.
Okay, that's his daughter. She
Yeah.
has light powers.
I know, but then I don't want light powers. I just liked her as a person.
She was pretty fast.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. They all are.
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
Oh, yeah.
They kind of
What
all.
the
they
hell
all
was
can-
her power set? I
The
thought she
light.
was like
She
flashish.
could like her dad. She had the light thing. Remember they
But
were
he
both
can run
Yeah,
too.
yeah, I get it.
lighting.
But he can also run fast. When he
Wait,
had his
can her
legs, he
dad
could run fast.
fly? I mean,
From
I
the-
understand something happened. I understand that
We
he got
obviously
injured and he lost the use of his
Have
legs.
no idea.
Can he just fly? They all can. He
But that's what
flew.
people say about Professor X. They're like, can
No,
you just
but
make yourself
Professor
walk?
X,
He's not
Professor X is not a
telekinetic.
telekinetic.
He's not a strong telekinetic.
Professor
He got
X
a
is not a
big leg.
strong telekinetic?
No, he's telepathic.
Yo,
Oh.
speaking of that, because this is not the show, but this is the bonus, and then
The bonus time.
Bonus.
spoiler from the X-Men comics. You know who's coming back? Onslaught.
Scott and Steve.
No.
Yes.
Onslaught.
The ultimate Scott and Steve.
Onslaught
Is that his
was
name?
like the pinnacle of '90s comics.
Sounds like a scary person.
He
He
was.
was. he was so scary that like non-comic book fans like knew him. He was in the Marvel's Capcom 2. Like he was the main
Ooh.
boss. At the end
Actually,
of,
one.
no.
The one my
Oh no,
button
Apocalypse
smashed?
was X-Men vs Street Fighter.
Yeah.
My
And
button
then
smash.
okay, my bad. Onslaught. But wait, who was in 2 then? Who was Marvel Capcom 2 final villain?
Seth.
Oh my god. I can't.
Keith.
Why can't I
The
remember
music
who the
tells.
villain is?
Uh-oh, you have to look it
Oh,
up. Get
boy.
away from my cup. I love how I'm still crowding around this mic like
I'll
it's
take
doing
you for
anything
a
when I
ride.
realize like that's the mic that we're talking to.
No, that's for the stream.
I
Right,
know
right.
that's
You know what? That's
streaming.
right. This is we're not even using
Not
this.
doing it.
But it's good practice.
Yeah,
It's good practice.
just to stay on our mics.
Good practice. But anyway, Onslaught's come back.
Was it Blackheart?
No.
No, Abyss. Remember, it was the thing that turned into 3 different orbs.
Oh my
Black.
god.
But anyway, he was a Marvel's Capcom 1.
Did you eat the rest of my gum?
That
Is
one
that
stick,
what
yeah.
you-
Yeah,
were
but Onslaught's coming back, and that's huge because Onslaught was like all of Magneto's
Okay.
rage and hatred mixed with Charles Xavier's frustration.
You need some what?
Yeah. Was that the one?
Let's talk about the emotes and stuff.
Oh, yeah, Abyss. Christian.
We need. We're not at
Oh,
that.
the other hair.
We gotta get somebody, to help us make them. I don't know how to do that.
Do we need like 50 subscribers?
We need a
Subscribe
lot.
to our
We
Twitch.
need a lot of stuff.
Yo, subscribe!
Subscribe. All right, y'all. I think it's a good time
Yeah.
to end it.
Yeah.
Thanks for sticking with us. Again, if you stay longer, we'll answer your questions, look at your chats, all those things. Really do subscribe to our Twitch, though.
Yeah,
I mean, if you're not already subscribed to everything else, subscribe to everything.
yeah.
But we want to do stuff on Twitch.
Yeah, Twitch is where we want to try to make our thing.
Mike.
Do more.
Make
more,
our
more,
impact.
more.
Our
It takes a lot, though. The tiers take a lot to pull up on, so.
Yeah. But for
Pull
now,
up.
wherever you were finding us, most of you on Facebook, we appreciate that.
Yes.
Whether you were here the whole time or you came in midway or late, doesn't matter. We were closer to on time. We were.
We
yes.
were.
We
I think it was
were
like 8 minutes
8:08.
total. Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom like a needle wave. If Liz is still listening,
That's for you.
that is for you.
Spoiler, they're married.
I was like, me and Liz? No.
Well, okay. Thank you all. Appreciate it. And now it's time to depart.
We see you next
But
time.
wait, put our links up. Put our links and then
Put the
we'll go.
links.